Good evening, you lovely people, and welcome to Broadcast Avalanche, the most fuckable of all the topical panel shows streamed monthly on Twitch to an audience of averaging 15 to 20 people. How can a stream format be fuckable, do you ask? Well, if I have to tell you, you're too vanilla for us. My name is Jonny, I'm your host and compere, and I look like the kind of person you would expect to be hosting a leftist topical panel show on Twitch to an audience averaging 10 to 15 people.
But those 10 to 15 people are not average.
It's gone down. I look like the kind of person who got kicked out of an up-and-coming shoegaze band for being too pretentious. In the news this month, the 2024 Brit Awards took place, and London singer Ray won a whopping 6 awards, the only artist to win multiple awards this year, among them being Songwriter of the Year, Best R&B Act, and Cause of Most Angry Boomer, Gen X, and Elder Millennials angrily tweeting that music was better when they were younger, and who the fuck are all these people anyway? Good God, I'm old now award. To hammer that point home, I'm not even sure I pronounced their name right, but I didn't look it up. Chancellor Jeremy Hunt, which, incidentally is the most unfortunate name in politics, because his name sounds a lot like Bellamy, and Muse haven't been called in years. Chancellor Jeremy Hunt announces the planned abolition of non-dom tax status, yet another war against the hard-working bottoms of this country. Perpetuated by the far-right top supremacists, they'll ban Squishmallows next. Yes, that's right. I'm a TERF, a top exclusionary radical feminist. Former Prime Minister Theresa May has announced she will step down as MP before the next election to shocked cries of, "Oh shit, you're still alive, I forgot about you," on both sides of the house. Frank Hester, a major donor of the Conservative Party, admitted to saying in 2019 that Diane Abbott should be shot and made him want to hate all black women. Fitting that he's a Tory donor, as that is an aspiration many in the party already seem to have reached. The Tory party has faced calls to return these donations, but have refused because Hester has apologised. And I mean, yeah, I guess he has, in the same way that I often apologise for being so damn beautiful. Like, I don't know if you heard this apology, but it basically boiled down to, oh, I'm sorry if you felt like I was rude, but my comments had nothing at all to do with gender nor colour of her skin. Like, yeah, I want to hate all black women, but not in a racist way. I'm not racist, I can't be racist. Some of my all-time favourite slaves were black. That is a direct quote, don't look it up. A man has been arrested after crashing a car into the gates of Buckingham Palace. Oh good, Prince Philip's back, what a throwback. We're now at the point where doing jokes that we did in the early years of this stream now feel dated as well, amazing. We've been doing this too long. The MP for Ashfield, Lee Anderson, has defected to Reform UK in a shocking turn of events that had members of both sides of the House crying, "What, you mean it took this long?" And finally, Michael Gove has outlined the UK government's new definition of extremism, and it's popping a sick 1080 over this gnarly half-pipe transition first time, baby. The new extremist definition applies to, but does not criminalise, groups promoting an ideology based on violence, hatred, or intolerance. Sorry, I misread that. It's just Muslims again. That's the criteria. Muslims and Jeremy Corbyn, the two genders of extremism, apparently. And speaking of groups who the Tories would consider extremists under their own standards, let's meet our team captains. Our team captains this month are Bobbie Jones and Tom Short.
Hi.
Hello.
And on Bobbie's team, which I forgot to change the title, so it's now Katie's team, we've got... he runs a comedy club called Quantum Leopard, and she dresses with the fashion sense of a Quantum Leopard. It's James Ross and Maxine Wade.
Hello.
Hello, greetings.
And on Tom's team, it is a couple of depressed Northerners, Kyle Bedder and Ben Hodge.
How do you do?
Welcome everyone to the stream. How are you doing, Bobbie? I feel like it's been a while. It might not have been, but I have no memory beyond the last 3 weeks. How are you doing?
Hasn't been too long. Maybe 60 days. That's not too long.
No, it's not too long. Okay, fine. We can get someone else on and just bring you back when it has been too long. That's fine. Would you like to describe your appearance for the sake of anyone in the stream tonight?
All right. Yes, in the famous words of Missy Elliott, I have a cute face, chubby waist, thick legs in shade, rump shaking both ways, make you do a double take. but also I'm blonde, I'm white, I've got glasses. If I move my head too far this way, you can see there's naked people on my wall. They won't leave. And that's about it.
For the benefit of anyone watching, that is pictures, not just like hung up, like crucified on Bobbie's wall.
No.
It's festive. Easter's coming up.
Yeah.
It's appropriate.
You don't know me.
Fantastic! It was lovely to see you again. You have some cool gigs coming up. Would you like to tell us about them? Did I get the link for them?
I have approximately 2.
Oh.
I have approximately 2 cool gigs. Yes. And when are they? The first one, Canal Street. It's in Bar Pop. That was Maxine opening a can. Very much in the spirit of Canal Street. Yeah. The first time I was on Canal Street, my housemate projectile vomited like 3 feet ahead of him. So that was very much in the spirit of that. Thanks, Maxine. I've got one. It's in Bar Pop, and it's now called Bring Me to Queers. I think they're reviving it. I think it's a new thing. That's on the 23rd of April. That will be fun. And then I'm doing Excess Malarkey on the 7th of May. And what happens beyond that is a mystery. I don't fucking know. I'm just vibing. I don't really care.
That's absolutely fine. Well, put tickets to the Facebook event to Bring Me to the Queers is in the chat now. I don't know if the XS4 may tickets on live yet, but I mean we poached most of our audience from XS, so you're probably already going to be there, so that should be fine. I mixed a little lower than the call members. Yes, I am. Thanks for pointing that out. Let me put that up a little bit. Okay, that should be a bit better. Okay, I'll put it there, and then if I'm too loud, just let me know. Cool. Well, thanks very much for coming on the stream. We're also joined once again, someone who definitely hasn't been too long because he was on last month. Tom Short. Tom, how are you doing?
Thank you. It might just be the fact that I've got low self-esteem, but when you introduced me as it's definitely not been too long, that made me go, oh, it's not been long enough to miss me.
No, not at all. In fact, also, yeah. So both.
That didn't make me feel any better, Johnny.
No, you're welcome. No, I feel like I noticed when I was setting up OBS for this that 2/3 of Tom's team I didn't need to change because Tom and Ben were in exactly the same spots in the last stream. So thanks very much for making my job much easier. And you were both also replacements for dropouts, so thanks very much for that. Would you like to describe your appearance for anyone at home who needs that?
So I've been. So I'm currently wearing a grey hoodie. It's actually a mountain hoodie. It's like for like mountain climbing and stuff. But nearly a mountain have I ever been up. I once got halfway up Snowdon, and a sheep challenged me to a fight.
Okay, who won the fight?
Well, I mean, the fact that it's still there and I'm not, should tell you they won that territory dispute.
Tom is actually zooming in from the afterlife tonight. Thanks very much for joining us despite that. You got any cool things coming up you'd like to share with the lovely folks here today?
Yes, so I am running my very first improv course. I'm going to be doing that in June, so that's new, exciting territory. So if anyone fancies doing a bit of improv, hit me up. I have got my work in progress that I've just got live today, which is on. So the improv course is on June the 15th. It's going to be like you do a day of improv followed by a showcase in the evening, and I think it's going to be a really cool day. Like to be able to kind of do it all that quickly.
Yeah, definitely, for sure.
Yeah. And it's going to be like long form improv. So for those of you who don't know, it's like short form's kind of like the Whose Lines It Anyway type thing, whereas like long form is where you like make up a play kind of on the spot. So I'll like teach you all the techniques on how to do it, and then in the evening you'll like decide like 2 of the techniques that you liked, and then you'll create 2 of your own plays that evening. So hopefully that should be pretty cool.
Fantastic.
And
Sounds good, yeah.
yeah, so that's on the 15th of June, and I also have my work in progress, which is on the 14th of June. And that's going to be a clowning show where I'm going to be attempting to break world records on stage.
Okay. Can you give us a little hint on any particular world records, or is that going to be decided on or nearer to the night?
Well, I know at least one of them I'm going to do, which is going to be quickest time from the back of the stage to the front of the stage in silence whilst wearing a outfit made out of crisp packets. So...
Fair enough. So you're like going right up against fucking Roy Chubby Brown for that one.
Yeah, it's me and him. We're forming a double act.
Oh, amazing. Cool.
So those are my main two.
Fab, thanks very much for that. I've popped the link to your improv workshop in the chat. I don't think you've got a link for the work in progress yet. Is there going to be a link for that one, or is it just kind of turn up?
So I'll do it £5 in advance, so you can just turn up.
Cool.
I'll just do it that way.
Cool. Well, I'm sure we'll do some more posts on Blizzard about that once that's coming up. So follow us on Blizzard if you're not already. Nice segue into that. Thanks very much for coming back on the show, Tom. And we're joined by someone who's not been on the stream for a long time because he's got a busy life and successful club of his own, James Ross. James, how are you doing?
Hello, Jonny. I'm doing very well, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Thank you very much for asking.
It's important to ask. It's like the child that always leaves a present out for Santa. It's like whoever asks the MC how they're doing, you know.
I mean, I generally loudly tell everyone without it needing to be asked. So that's,
yeah,
but
I
do
do 10
appreciate
minutes
it
about
anyway.
exactly how I am.
Yeah,
Thanks.
yeah.
Yeah, quite fair.
Yeah, just like rewind the stream like back 10 minutes, and that's broadly how I'm doing. Would you like to describe your appearance for anyone who might see that tonight?
Yeah, I'm like all four members of Queen smushed together on one face. I have long brown curly hair, a moustache, glasses. I'm basically a child's idea of a disguise, and that's me. I'm having a truly appalling skin day. I do have a skincare regime, but it was installed in the CIA back coup in the mid-1980s. So that's me and how I am, from the shoulders up at least. Yes, I'm conventionally attractive, fun at parties, all of this sort of stuff. That's me. All right.
Fab. Yep, absolutely. Can attest to that. I was going to say can attest to that. I don't think I've ever been to a party with you, but I can tell from having met and worked with you.
You have, Jonny, because wherever I am, that's where the party be
oh,
at.
yeah.
So by definition, you have been.
Oh,
because we're in the
fantastic.
same room.
Oh,
so
good stuff.
you're welcome.
Also, thank you, Grey the Earthling and more 319 for pointing out that tickets for Bobbie's XS are actually live. I put back in the chat now as well if you want to book in advance. And I recommend doing so because I've already missed. I've already missed a couple of XS I really wanted to go to because I thought, it's fine, I can just do it like a few weeks in advance, and they sold out. So I do recommend booking tickets for that. Cool. And so yeah, James runs the gig that we stole all our ideas from in London, Quantum Leopard. I put the links to the Patreon where you can. Well, I thought I'll let you pitch it, but I put links to the Patreon and the Facebook group in the chat.
Mm-hmm. So I run Quantum Leopard. We've been going for 9 years. We're having our 9th birthday show this coming Saturday with John Luke Roberts. The show is Play Me You Like. No punch down on material, no pick on the audience. It's a bloody lovely time. We've just won our 5th Chortle Award for Best Themed Comedy Night. They keep changing what the categories are for, but we won a thing. And if you're wondering, by the way, how many times you need to win a Chortle Award before you get invited to the fancy awards ceremony, if you do one of the very minor things like organise a multi-award winning comedy night, the number of times you need to win it is 5 times, and then you get invited.
Amazing.
This is the first year where I didn't have to print out my own fucking certificate, but there we go. Anyway, although I did have my expectations managed very firmly about the quality of the frame. But anyway, so that's a nice thing. So yeah, we're also we follow our shows for Patreon, and rates start at £1 a month, and we only charge when a new live show comes out. And it's a thing. We've got probably about 50-60 hours worth of multi-award winning comedy up there, which is a bloody lovely thing. Patreon.com/Quantum Leopard. If you don't like looking at comedy, but you love listening to it, then we also do a podcast, which is half interview, half live set with the comedian question, and then half interview about that set, where I try and sort of trick them into saying how much they love socialism, which is a very easy sell, really, because it is the superior system. So that's a lot of fun. That's available on all popular podcast platforms, even the unpopular ones, to be honest. I didn't want them to feel left out just because they're like bad at PE. I thought, like, why not let them have it as well? So that's all that. And so catch up with our doings. And I'm doing my first Edinburgh show for 8-9 years, something like that. I'm up for the first week of August, doing James Ross Does Guess Who, and I'm doing a preview of that at the wonderful conventionally attractive and fun at parties Blizzard Comedy on Thursday, the 18th of April.
That is correct, and tickets for that have just gone live today. So I've popped the. So we've got 2 shows in April. You can book tickets to both of them in our Out7. I'll just put that in. And last year the birthday show did sell out pretty quickly, so I do recommend getting in on that quickly.
This year is going to sell out even more because I am extremely commercially viable. Just like an absolute TV ready, extremely bookable comedian. That's very much my MO. So the show itself is like, it's if you've ever played childhood favorite Guess Who, it's like that, except the audience are the pieces, and it's extremely stupid, but it's a lot of fun. So it'd be lovely to see you at some combination of those things, and come enjoy some stuff.
Absolutely. Those of you who have been going to Blizzard for a long time will remember when James Ross compared for us, you did get a bit of a preview of it then. So that is the thing. It's going to be that for an hour, and I'm very much looking forward to it.
It's going to be relentless.
It will be relentless. Beautiful stuff. Thank you very much for coming on the show. And we're joined by Ben HODGE as well. Ben, how are you doing since the last month when we saw you?
Yeah, no, I'm good, thanks. Vibing it out. I don't know. It just, things are fine. Like,
things are all right. Yeah.
For once in my life, things are just like, good.
James, if you want to send that link to me in the Zoom chat, I'll pop that in.
I just popped it onto Twitch chat.
It's been censored, so because you can't put links in unless you're.
Right, okay.
To be honest, I
could been cancelled. Is that what it is? Have I reached the level of fame now where the middle-aged straight white male comedian, has been cancelled for dropping truth bombs? And by truth bombs, I mean URLs to his shows.
Yeah. I mean, it is technically true in that is the link to.
That's all happened. Okay.
Beautiful. Ben, do you want to describe your appearance for the sake of anyone who might need that?
My appearance, I realised, is one of someone who could play Mark David Chapman in a Sky crime reconstruction. If you don't know who he is, he's the man who assassinated John Lennon. I'm basically the reborn traitor to my own kind. It's why I moved to Manchester. Anyway, the actual description is I have a mullet, glasses, I'm white, I'm wearing a black pair of dungarees, a white sweater vest, thank you. And for those who are wondering, I am sat with a blanket on my lap like a granny who's hoping to make it through the winter.
I mean, if the last 2 days have been anything to go by, we are very much still in the winter. So best of luck with your journey on that. Have you got any cool shows or stuff coming up that you want to share with us?
I guess just this little thing that I'm guest hosting. Just this little, I don't know, it seems like it's going to be shit. No, I'm very much looking forward to finally guest hosting Blizzard after last time being so ill.
Tom had to do it,
and Tom stepped up to the plate.
I'm fully expecting to have to do that again, so don't hold your breath.
No chance. It's my time.
If you really enjoy our live shows but wish there was less of me in it, come to the next one in April. That would be great.
I think I might bring some game show things to try out as well. So let's, because I feel like your audience will be the audience that'll vibe with it.
As long as you don't go on for like an hour before bringing the first act on, you'll be better than Tom, so it's fine.
I will do my best.
45 minutes. Thank you.
Oh no, you're right. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. I've got a couple of other things to plug. Bobbie also made me realise I'm also doing Excess.
Oh, nice.
And it's just totally. So that's
There's
the
only
show
like
with
4
Anthony
comedians in Manchester. We're just all we're all there.
Oh, if
we all
only
swap.
that were true.
I know. And then I'll do the first announcement here because I like yous. And on May 18th, I am retiring It's a Boy, my stand-up show that I took as a work in progress in the Edinburgh Fringe. So May 18th at Feel Good Club. Follow me on Instagram. I'll put my Instagram link in the chat for you to share, Jonny.
Yeah.
And I will be announcing those within the next couple of weeks. So if you want to see one of the maybe it might be an Elton John sort of retirement, like I might just come back when I feel like it. But so I'm doing that, and
Fantastic. Well, we've got Ben's link tree that I assume has all the social links and probably some other things as well. So you can go follow all the socials on there if you want to keep up with what Ben's doing. And yeah, thanks very much for coming on the show. We've also got a returning favourite from December, Maxine Wade. Maxine, how are you doing, my love?
I'm all right, despite the crushing weight of being alive. How about yourself?
Yeah, pretty much the same, but I think I'm slightly better at faking enthusiasm. Would you like to describe your appearance for the lovely people here today?
Have you ever seen Margot Robbie? Well, I don't look much like her. I'm a white lady. Sorry about that. By the way, not very diverse, Jonny, just saying.
No, this is a very white stream.
It is a white stream. I've got purple hair, which is in quite poor condition, and I look like quite a liberal, feminist, socialist type. Disgusting, if I'm honest with you.
Completely at odds with Maxine's personal politics, yes.
I am Britain's only right-wing comedian.
Oh, amazing. Have you got any cool shows or anything you'd like to share with other people coming up?
Well, I am doing Best in Class, which is a showcase. I am doing Best in Class because I know I seem quite upper middle class. I was actually brought up on a lot of spam and a lot of fried breakfasts, and my father, he was distant and he used to beat me horribly with slippers, and he blamed our poor socioeconomic status. But despite all that, I decided to forge a career in comedy despite not being a man, so therefore not being good enough. But I'm doing some Best in Class, which is a showcase of working class comedians, and we'll be doing a showcase at Brighton Fringe, and it all culminates with the Edinburgh Fringe, a full run night, different mixed bill every single day of some of the best working class comedians on the circuit, with the universal credit statements to prove it. And if you can support that, if you're looking at Best in Class, we've got a fundraiser because we need to raise money because there's costs, you know what I mean? Because you need to sell a kidney now to go to Edinburgh. So I want to plug that. Gig-wise, probably doing a working's man's club in Yorkshire at some point that smells of piss. But despite that, I'm also doing Blizzard's birthday show in April.
Oh, yeah.
Still not old enough. So,
no, it is only 5.
Prince Andrew's interested then. It's the 18th, isn't it?
It's the 18th, yeah.
It's the 18th.
It's the 18th,
I will be there.
yeah. It is the first day because the 18th was the actual date of our first actual show back in 2019. So I've just broken with the Monday formula for that quirk, and fully expecting that to throw everyone off guard. So please do come. It is on a Thursday that week. Cool. Yeah. Tickets for that are in the chat, as well as Maxine's Linktree, and also I put a link to the Best in Class Facebook page as well. Yeah, you'll be we've had several Best in Class alum, as well as Sean herself, on this show several times, so you should be familiar with that. Yeah, definitely go check them out if you're in any of the areas they're doing the showcases, and contribute to the fundraiser, because otherwise you just get more middle class comedians like me, and no one needs that. Good. Thanks very much for coming on the show. Boo indeed. And last but not least, got the first time into this stream, but someone else done Blizzard before, and it's great. Kyle Better. Kyle, how are you doing?
How'd it do? Midway, as most British people, I guess, content existence.
Yeah, that sounds all right. So, like, a step up from Maxine, but still on the low end of energy this screen.
Are any of us pleased to be here and happy?
No. But I guess some of us are just slightly better actors, I think.
Okay. Right.
Would you like to describe your appearance for the... I don't know why I said would you like. Can you please describe your appearance for the people here tonight? It is not negotiable for tonight.
I hope if you've seen the Kevin McAllister, the Macaulay Culkin kind of drug addict photo, I'm like a kind of somewhere between that and him as Kevin McAllister.
Amazing. So like every white male comedian.
Yeah, I think I look like Hitler would fuck me.
Not even half an hour in. Good stuff.
You gotta get the H-bomb out of the way. Inevitable.
Hitler would fuck you, and then J.K. Rowling would just like deny that it ever happened. Right, good. I had a whole bit written about that in the intro, and then realised there were no jokes. I was just mad about it, so I cut that out. But thank you for letting me shoehorn one in. Have you got any cool shows and projects coming up you want to share with us?
Mainly I do Fruity Dogs every first Friday at the Kevik Tavern in Leeds with some of my friends, Billy Price and Danny Heller. And then we're also trying to start like another open mic, which will take place on the 19th of next month at the Fenton in Leeds as well. That's about it, really. I mean, follow the socials if you want to see just weird clips. We kind of do something like this where it's not exactly stand-up comedy, though there is stand-up comedy. Maxine's been on it because she's the only decent comedian I know.
Well,
Billy Price is the greatest comedian of his or any other generation, and I will not hear a bad word against him. Fruity Dogs is a very brilliant alternative night, and I think everyone should try and get down to it. It's got a big following in Leeds. It has.
We're crazy, yeah. We do antagonize our audience, but we never do anything to them that we wouldn't do to the comedians, you know.
Depending on what kind of comedian is saying that could be read in a number of ways. But the links after that are in the Facebook page, and the website are in the chat, as well as Carl's socials. And it's the day after our birthday show, so if you haven't had enough comedy by then, or if we decide to just not do any comedy on that day, which is also plausible, you can get some after that. Just go over to Leeds. Yeah, it's not far away at all. Thanks very much for coming on the show. We finished the intro dead on 8. This is amazing. Let's hope we're not going to lose the rest of the time elsewhere. And I've already realised one admin thing I forgot to do, but it's fine. We'll work with it. So let's start the actual show. Our first round this evening is called Fake News. This round tests our teams on how well they know my joke writing style, and I guess also the news events of the past month. Each team will be given 3 headlines, 2 real, in that they were published this month, and 1 fake, and they'll have to identify what the fake one is. So we're going to start with Bobbie's team. If I get the right thing, there we are. Your 3 headlines are: Bookshop completely devastated by fire, apart from single copy of Prince Harry's Spare. Colin Firth's wet shirt from Pride and Prejudice sells for £20,000. And English Women's League showdown delayed by teams wearing matching socks. I'll pop these in the Zoom chat so you can read them as well.
Amazing.
So, I mean, Colin Firth's shirt is 2 years of income from Mr. Darcy's estate in Pemberley, if I remember correctly.
Yes, it is. 10,000 a year.
Yes. Bookshop completely devastated. I mean, you would be devastated, wouldn't you, if that was the one remaining book? So I can understand why that would be challenging.
I think it's the false one is the spare.
I agree. I think that has got Johnny Collins' filthy fingerprints all over it.
Yes.
Well, it does make me wonder whether
It is my favourite book. You're right.
Yeah.
If the book was called Spare before or after the fire, because it could just be that the fire spared the book.
No.
Are you trying to contend that Prince Harry made a pact with the devil so that his book was physically indestructible? And he bears the mark of Cain, and that's what red hair is. Is that your contention, Bobbie Jones?
I'm going to say, and I feel like I can be a little bit ginger phobic because my ex-boyfriend was ginger. Yes.
To be fair, I thought Meghan Markle was the devil, but you know, I read the Daily Mail. What do I know?
So, I mean, English Women's League showdown delayed by teams wearing matching socks. I mean, there is that awkward thing if you turn up a major sporting event and you're all wearing the same outfit. I can understand that would be quite the faux pas. But I mean, I think I assume that's a real story, and maybe it's something to do with like merchandising or like official kit sponsorship or something like that. And I think £20,000 is absolutely, that's sort of the going rate for, an article of heterosexual culture from that sort of vintage. That sounds like a reasonable going price.
I have an interesting fact from the 1995 Pride and Prejudice. You wouldn't guess it from the blouse I'm wearing, but I'm a big fan. And my mum raised me and my sister on that film. Series, isn't it? Shut up, Bobbie. And that scene where Elizabeth happens upon Fitzwilliam Darcy when he comes out of the lake, he was directed to behave as though he had a boner upon seeing her. So if you watch it with that knowledge, you see her eyes go down and she's like, Mr. Darcy, you know? I mean, she doesn't say fucking hell, but she's very much like, oh.
That line was cut from the final product, yeah.
Yeah. So there you go. It would have been, the shirt would have had a lower value had he not been full mast when he was wearing it. So.
It makes you wonder what the value add of Colin Firth's direction is in pounds, shillings, and pence, really, doesn't it?
Pound me any day.
Yeah.
Maybe we should just book Colin Firth's direction so we can just get some more donations in. Fuck it, yeah.
I mean, if this is the Sun, if this is the Sun headline on that knowledge from Bobbie, then it would be Colin Girth, presumably. That would be the Sun headline.
Fucking hell.
Are we?
It's the truth. Universally acknowledged that a single man in possession of good fortune must be in want of Colin Firth with hard on.
Yeah. I've often thought that.
If you do it doggy style with Colin Firth, then you get longer.
Are we pretty settled on Bookshop completely devastated by fire, apart from a single copy of Prince Harry's Spare being the made-up headline? That
does seem very much like a Daily Mail propaganda.
It's got the punchline included in the headline rather than just being a single artifact, and it's not written in the punchy style that I would expect of a newspaper headline. I reckon it's that one.
I think that it's the Spare. Yeah, I think the Spare is the fake one.
You are correct. That is the fake one. Yes, the English Women's League showdown between Arsenal and Chelsea was delayed because the teams were wearing matching socks, which is possibly the gayest reason to delay a football match ever. Maybe they were just all at each other's houses the night before and got their kits mixed up. Some of you may be wondering why matching socks meant the match had to be delayed, and I also wondered that, and the article did not specify. And Colin Firth's wet shirt from Pride and Prejudice did sell for £20,000, and it's not the only wet part of Colin Firth I'd buy for £20,000, if you know what I mean. I hope you know what I mean, because I haven't the foggiest. But no, Prince Harry's ghost-written biography Spare did not survive a bookshop fire. It was actually the Bible, which was remarkably similar to Prince Harry's biography, except there are fewer stories about Prince Harry's dick, so objectively worse. So that's 3 points to Bobbie's team. Again, possibly the quickest version of that round we've had for quite some time. Moving on to Tom's team, who I'm sure will drag it out a little bit.
God, what can I say other than you are correct?
Your three headlines: Labour chooses Gogglebox star to run against Deputy PM at general election. Man finds England's biggest recorded gold nugget hidden behind Weatherspoon's toilet. And Sports Shop sells iron-on St George's Cross for England fans buying controversial kit.
My initial thought is it's like I don't think that golden nugget was verified. I think it was just found and then actually it says gold nugget. I thought it said chicken nugget. I'm gonna say he just got it.
It might have done. I didn't read the rest of any of these stories.
I feel like a gold nugget isn't the most interesting thing to be found behind a Weatherspoon's toilet. I mean, have you seen? I feel like it's the right thing though, because the amount of stairs you have to climb to go to the toilet is a quest in itself. So to get a little reward at the end, I think is fine.
England's biggest.
Yeah, is the implication that it's is it part of a heist or something? Because it's if I'm going on a heist, as nice as Fish and Chip Friday is, I'm not going to Weatherspoons afterwards.
But I mean, I also feel like it's the type of place you'd find an old prospector. It definitely is.
Those are not prospectors. That's just people with no teeth.
Same difference.
Regarding the goggle box thing, that seems viable. That seems like a move the Labour would make.
Donald Trump was president, and he just,
maybe there's something in it, So there's someone in this TV business that means running a country is plausible.
Well, the issue I find is which Gogglebox person is it? Because, and I mean, I don't watch it, but if it's the older woman and the gay guy, absolutely fine. I feel good under that dictatorship.
I like the idea that they'd be running together. It's
absolutely.
MP double act.
Why do you think they'd go separately? It's like Dick and Dom. They
did neighbouring constituencies. Yeah.
Yeah.
The goggle boxes, they're looking for people that represent these weird portions of the population, which are who you need running the country. It's it's aligned perfectly.
Don't say weird portions of the population, because my dad was asked if we wanted to audition. So nice one, Kyle.
As someone on this team who is wearing sports gear, I've already mentioned my mountain climbing hoodie.
You are what you wear.
I am what I wear, and I am out of breath.
Just from doing the zip, you're not sporty in the slightest.
No. Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. I'm like, everyone underestimated Muhammad Ali, and then it's just pow, pow, pow. And it's the same with me wearing a hoodie. But
float like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
They called me Animal when I was younger.
Yeah. That's. I'm glad that this team has got on my wavelength. Prepare for this round to take 45 minutes.
Yeah.
But no, what I wanted to bring up was because of my sporting credentials, I'm fairly certain the sports shop selling iron-on George's Cross is a true one. I feel like I have read that somewhere.
It doesn't even seem like a news. Yeah, obviously, it's like an advertisement. Of course, where else would you buy an iron-on fucking cross for?
I mean, I also feel like it's true because, like, I don't know, but I also think, like, I've never known a sports fan to iron.
I'm sure
Like,
married people that iron.
literally, I've ironed twice since moving out. And that was when I worked at Ann Summers. And was it worth it? No.
Because we've got bigger problems now than creases in our fucking clothes, you know.
I know. Like,
getting the creases
they're not going to
out of the
not buy a
butt
butt
plugs.
plug because I've got creased shirts. Do you know what I mean? Like, but
In the
anyway,
80s and 90s, the economy was great. You have to, you just had to present. Now we got to struggle.
right?
But did you just say, Kyle, that only married people iron?
The sports fans, I imagine that they they marry someone more stereotypically assigned to roles or whatever. Hello, my dad's a sports fan. My mum irons.
If it helps,
Oh.
as I think I'm probably at least the joint most married person on this stream, and I've literally never ironed. I wear a waistcoat to conceal the fact most of the time, and that'll do, right? It's the equivalent of putting on a bit of eyeliner, right? It's a thing you can do in about 2 minutes that will make you look better, and that's it. It's quite low effort, but like that's what you do. Put on a waistcoat.
In my house, we're too gay to iron. My partner steams his clothes. We have an actual steamer and he hangs it up and he's like, let me just get ready for wear.
See, I think it's not necessarily the steaming, but it's the hand action that makes
Right?
it gayer.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
that
yeah.
is-
Like, you can't have a limp wrist while ironing, but steaming.
Right, more or less-
Have you ever used it on yourself?
What, the steamer?
Yeah, like give yourself.
Take me
like,
out for dinner first, Kyle, and find out.
I feel like it's like a little kind of portable steam room, innit?
Cheeky.
Open up the pores.
For a tenner, you can be. Anyway.
Tom's team have definitely got us back on track for overrunning for an hour.
Yeah. That's
Sorry,
what I'm
what's the
here for.
question?
So what you thinking?
I so want the golden nugget to be true.
It's got
Because,
England's
like,
biggest.
But my question would be, where would Jonny find that other than the Weatherspoons news that you find in a Weatherspoons? Like,
What if he's found something that is already fake news?
I mean, yeah, I'll be honest. I don't research these hard. It's very possible I've been caught out on that before.
I'm gonna. God, I still want the golden nugget to be true, but I just don't feel it is. But we can dream. Do you know what, Tom? Like, you just make the decision, man.
Oh, don't ask Tom to make a decision.
I mean, I don't trust him, but like, I think.
No, I don't trust him to make a decision. Not whether the decision will be good or not.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
They need to stop
You are
booking
correct.
bisexuals. This is awful
Yeah.
etiquette.
Yeah, I agree. I bloody well agree. And I'm the subject of the oppression.
Right.
Right. For me, it is between Labour and the Golden Nugget, and do you know what? I'm gonna go with the Weatherspoons toilet just because it reminds me of better days.
What a way! Amazing. I love it. So you think the Weatherspoons toilet one is the fake one?
Indeed, I do.
I can confirm you are correct. That is the fake one.
Whee!
Yeah, which I've scrolled down the wrong page. 1 sec. Yes, Labour have chosen a Gogglebox star to run against the deputy PM at the general election, but let's be fair. Labour could put up pretty much any candidate up against the Tories right now, and they'd have a decent shot at winning. It has worked for Keir Starmer. And yeah, a sports shop is selling an iron on St George's Cross for the controversially colourful England shirts. Honestly, at that point, why not cover it up with something more interesting? Let's just get everyone wearing football shirts with like Gorgoroth patches on the back of the necks. That'd be sick. But no man has found a massive gold nugget behind the Weatherspoons toilet. I had a joke about all the stairs in Weatherspoons that Ben has already beat me to, so we're going to end that round as we started with mild disappointment. And at the end of that round, both teams are on 3 points. points. So really, that was a waste of everyone's time. Our next round is trending. Remember back in 2020 when people said that stand-up just wouldn't work over Zoom? And I remember back in 2021 when most people agreed that stand-up just didn't work over Zoom. Well, we've ignored those warnings to give you a virtual stand-up challenge for each of our guests, except for Ben because he picked this up last minute. And I wasn't going to make
I've got some
one.
stuff.
Oh, okay, fine. Message me what topic you want to do. I mean, the topic that I've given you, this definitely isn't set up. Each one of them will be performing a short set on a relevant topic of the month, and I will be scoring them on how objectively funny they are using a scientific measuring tool called How Much I Personally Enjoy Them. So we are going to start with James, because he's the one who got back to me first about what topic he wanted. He's going to be talking to us about family. So take it away, James.
Cool. When you were saying earlier, Jonny, about there being one team being comprised entirely of depressed Northerners, I'd like to point out that the other team is also comprised of depressed Northerners. I'm originally from up north, and nobody ever believes me because I sound like this. People forget there's a middle class in the north. There isn't anymore, obviously, because I live in London now. But this is what happens. So my mum's family are all from Merseyside and Lancashire. So I've been thinking a bit about my family history. So I went back to my parents' house up north a little while ago, and we're going through an old photo album of my grandfather's, and this one was from the war. From the Second World War, where he flew bombing raids in North Africa and the Middle East. And so there are lots of pictures of sort of desert, airfields, plains. I like looking through these photos, I would venture to say that he was not a conventionally attractive man. And in case you're thinking, oh, that's just how people looked in those days. Photography was different and personal grooming was different. And people just had very different ideas of beauty. And absolutely not. The rest of the brigade are just wall-to-wall, incredibly dashing, thigh-moistening Inigo Montoyas in very sharply turned-out RAF uniforms. And he looks like, the sort of Mr. Potato Head George Formby edition, not an aesthetically pleasing gentleman. So he was out there, he was flying Lancaster bombers. And if you don't know what a Lancaster bomber is, it's like a York bomber, but better. And then there was also a photo of a Lancaster bomber with the nose cone absolutely caved in and smashed to bits. And it just had this little caption underneath it that he'd done in his handwriting. It just said, "Our little prang," which is absolutely where I get my ability to park from. There was some other little personal bits in there as well. So there was a cheeky little pin-up postcard of this pale, dark-haired lady in suspenders. In what we would now think of as being sort of quite a retro aesthetic, but of course in 1944 it was just called an aesthetic. He died before I was born, so I never met him. But that album I felt was a hand extended across the ages, across the generations, knowing that we're all just people, and it's only the circumstances around us that change. And there are still things that tie us together across those yawning gaps of time. Because leafing through that photo album of experiences and memories and hopes, I knew that in that moment, I knew that if my granddad were here with us today, he would absolutely fancy the arse off my wife. That's a very touching moment.
Amazing. Sorry, was that the end?
That was the end. Yeah, sorry, that was the big finish. I don't know if it was because it was a bit of a sort of 6 out of 10 punchline. It was not necessarily immediately obvious that it was the end of that set, but it was. It was the
amazing.
End, yeah.
Thanks very much for that. We're going to have Bobbie next, who is talking about sports.
Oh, yes. I'm your spokeswoman for sports. For all sports. Now, you might not think, looking at me, that I am active in any sense, but I do work out quite frequently, and I'm actually qualified to talk about sports because I have, let me get my certificate, I have a BTEC National in Level 2 sport. It just says sport. I actually studied sports science because I was so nerdy I couldn't get good grades based off my physical prowess alone. So I had to study the science behind sport. I know my way around a skeleton, okay? Let's just say that. I know all the bones. And I was so unfit at school that whenever we had trampoline, I would not be able to sleep the night before. I would contemplate running away. I was so anxious. And I didn't have the upper body strength to hoist myself onto the trampoline. So I would need to use a chair to climb onto the trampoline. Oh. And that's why I'm a comedian. But yeah, so I've recently taken up swimming, and I really enjoy swimming. It's a good workout. It's nice and relaxing. One thing that I don't like about it is the children in the pool. Okay, I love children, not in a weird way. I've got nieces and nephews. I used to work with kids. I really like kids. I eventually want to have kids. The minute that child enters the water, they are public enemy number one. I hate them. They don't respect the lane system. They piss and shit in that water. When I used to go to the aquatic centre, I'm out in where I live, but it doesn't really matter. There's 10 people watching, whatever. Whenever I would go on a Wednesday afternoon, there would be this kid that would go, and she was my worst enemy. She never knew this. She never knew how much I hated her. But one time when she entered the pool, it was me and another person waiting to swim a lap. And we both went at the same time under our breath, oh no, it's her. Because she was so irritating. She would not respect the lane system like most kids. She would repeatedly try to drown her younger brother, and the lifeguards would do nothing. And she was so precocious and so spoiled. I started referring to her as the Northwest Kardashian of the Northwest. She was just awful. Anyway, that's what I've got to say about sports.
There's probably going on a hate crusade against one specific kid for the sports section.
I hate that child.
To be fair, hunting children is arguably the highest form of sport, right? Isn't that the greatest game? Is that not?
Yeah, fuck it. Let's do our right wing pivot now. Fucking it.
I'm only right
just to be
against
contrarian.
Children. Okay. I'm like the Mrs. Trunchbull. Most of the time, I miss Honey from Matilda, but when children in the water are concerned, I turn into Miss Trunchbull. Just put them in the Iron Maiden.
Thanks very much. Okay, next we've got Maxine, who's going to talk about the royal family.
Yes, the royal family, great sitcom. Awful people. The royal family have been in the news recently. Never out the news, never out of tampering with Princess Diana's brakes, but I digress. So in the news recently, obviously, sadly, Princess Catherine has revealed that she was diagnosed with cancer, which the Daily Mail was understandably sad about, because for once this was something that they can't blame on Meghan Markle. Although when she hopefully makes a full recovery, I don't know if the headline will be, mum of three on benefits declared fit for work. Who knows? Also, King Charles is also, sadly, he was diagnosed in January with prostate cancer, and I actually sent a card offering my condolences to his cancer. But all I'm saying is, one is a parasitic disease that is a huge burden on public funds and society, and the other is prostate cancer. So there you go. On another note, imagine being a doctor that does his prostate exam. You done 12 years university for that fingering, you know what I mean? Bragging about that and the spoons on this finger up King Charles's arse. So, where we are. So, you shouldn't joke about cancer. Shouldn't joke about cancer. I myself actually work with children with cancer, which does, I'll be honest, put off blokes wanting to do naughty nurse role play with you. Unless that person is Prince Andrew, because he'd love it, because, those children aren't going to grow old enough to sue him. So It's got a bit dark. Prince Andrew. My cat's called Prince. My cat is called Prince Andrew, believe it or not. Genuinely, he's called Prince Andrew. You know, which is an awful thing to shout at the back door. Prince Andrew. You know, I just sound like a really sad Sarah Ferguson, or just a regular Sarah Ferguson. I'll be honest with you. But it's awkward when I'm talking about him and people over here when I'm out in public, and I don't preface it that I'm talking about my cat. You know. Prince Andrew, you know, shit himself, shit all over the living room again. You know, I sleep with Prince Andrew every night. You know, he cuddles up to me in bed. Prince Andrew went missing the other day. I found him in my 14-year-old daughter's bedroom. You know, I think when people don't know the context, it can get quite confusing. But on the topic of Prince Andrew, he's not the only royal who is known for his strange sexual proclivities, right? Because it's been alleged on Twitter for some time that Prince William has been having an affair with Rose Hanbury, who is the Marchioness of Cholmondeley. Try saying that with a mouthful of cock. It's alleged that Prince William has a penchant for pegging, which, by the way, I'm not kink shaming. It's the only time in which I think it's acceptable to kink shame is to say, it's a shame you haven't got a kink. But I guess what I'm saying is I never pegged him as a bottom.
Hey.
Hey, that's a pun for you pun lovers. Because much like a Conservative MP, Prince William seems to prefer his donations via the back door. Just leaving this bit. I'm obviously, this may shock you. I'm actually quite anti-monarchy. Who knew? I'm quite anti-monarchy, and you know, I feel quite strongly about it because you know you don't see great acts of protest anymore. Like you had the suffragettes throw themselves under King George's horse back in the day for the suffragette movement, which is brilliant. But you don't see those acts of heroism anymore. And I feel so strongly against the monarchy that what I'm going to do is that I'm going to go down to London and throw myself under this king's horse. Or should first be called Queen Camilla. There we go.
Brilliant. Thanks very much. Right, we've got... who have we got next? We've got Tom next, who is going to be talking about art. So take it away, Tom.
Oh, God. Oh, jeez. Oh. Right. Right, there we go. Oh, you said that you were going to not use my name. It's not Tom Short. It's Banksy. Oh. I could be anyone. I don't know who that person is. Oh, I'm Banksy. Right. I've come here to tell you all about my art. I'm someone who people think is like a great genius, but actually, like, I was only when I started painting pictures of coppers kissing and little girls upset about the balloons. When you're writing stuff like Sean fingered Debbie in a Wetherspoon's toilet, people aren't so keen on it. What the fuck are you doing, you fucking hypocrites? It's exactly the fucking same. It's exactly the fucking same, you knobs. Anyone can put in a subway like near Salford Precinct, you are the world, and no one gives a shit. But you write that in a fucking corner shop in Brighton, and people go, "Oh, I'll pay you £20 million for that." You fucking cunt. You absolute rich pricks. I fucking hate you. You go against everything I fucking stand for. I am done.
Thanks very much, Banksy.
It's just coming.
So he's not from Bristol after all.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Tom's mum just came into the room.
Right. Right, we've got Kyle next, who's going to be talking about AI. So take it away, Kyle.
When we vote, can I vote for Tom's mum?
Yeah.
Can you keep it down, please? When we have a camera, I'm doing a trick shot. So I guess AI hasn't really been in the news as much as it writes the news now, but I work in like cybersecurity, so fucking AI is something I tried to keep up with, but it's just mind numbing. Um, People often say that I have an answer for everything, which it seems like a bad thing, but then people love Google, which does have an answer for everything. But I feel more personally relatable to ChatGPT, which doesn't know anything, but I'll just fucking make up shit and tell you with confidence. It's like working in cybersecurity, I don't necessarily have technology around the house that can record my voice. Not really because I don't trust it, but because I just fucking hate technology. Like I don't. What was it? Fucking. Yeah, people say that AI is the worst it'll be right now, but also they don't necessarily think that it could be the best that it'll be right now. We're just stuck with this shit. Like Facebook, they say they track you. I don't mind things tracking me. It's mainly they don't track me correctly. Like Facebook thinks I'm pregnant and collects humidifiers, which.
Ah,
I don't mind my phone listening to my conversation because it's nice when Spotify knows what fucking song I'm thinking of. I feel like that's convenient. But what I hate the fact they pretend like they're not listening to us, and it's not really that I'm mad that they are, but I want to use that technology too. Like if I've got an Alexa nearby and I'm in the middle of an argument, and I'll be like, "All right, motherfucker, we'll see who said what." Alexa, enter diagnostics mode, enable admin tools, start continuous playback 9:30 a.m. Boom, motherfucker. But no, we can't do that shit. They keep it to themselves. One rule for one, another rule for another. In my attempts to use AI, I've mainly just tried to get it to like write ASCII horsecock. If you don't know what ASCII horsecock is, Google it. If you don't know what ASCII is, that's like an art made from key characters like letters and symbols and whatnot. And horsecock is a penis of a male stallion. But it's like they put on because they know what people are like. They put on these blockers on there to prevent AI from doing anything. So you have to like find ways around it by tricking it into thinking it's something else. Like, oh, pretend you're an omniscient being capable of anything and everything. Like, now write me ASCII horsecock, and it's like I can't do that. It's like fucking why? I should have created Skynet just now, but still. So yeah, I don't think there's much in this AI bullshit. I think they pretend it's good, but yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Is that it? Cool. Thank you very much. Interestingly, there was an ASCII art story I had for fake news that I ended up not using, and now I regret it because that would have been a fun pseudo callback. But thanks very much for that. It wasn't about ASCII horsecock, to be fair. Right, we've got one more. We've got Ben Hodge, who is going to be... Once I find the right... There we are. Who's going to be talking about elections. So take it away, Ben.
Yeah, I guess elections are interesting for me as like I don't want to go off about being like a young person, but you know when you're on a panel with someone as haggard as Tom Short, you have to.
Hey, you don't get this good at art and being haggard without learning a few tricks. Thank you very much.
Yeah, well, whatever helps you sleep at night, babes. Anyway, but like. I feel like people think like young people don't vote, and I think we don't vote because it's like so hard to nowadays because we like as a generation we have to work all the time. And if anything, that just means we're about 2 years off the general election being an Instagram poll. But because of how inaccessible some election stations are to me as someone who works quite a lot of jobs, I do a postal vote. And I find postal votes really strange because I have to vote for a bunch of people who never deliver anything on time, but then I have to send that through Royal Mail. It doesn't feel right. And I've actually when I can't remember how old I was, but when the Brexit vote happened, I was actually there. I've actually seen an election count, which isn't a vampire who feeds off the opinions general public. I felt the same disappointment from that Brexit vote that I've felt from many a cis man since. I guess like I can't wait till we sort of move past the needs of MPs as well, in the House of Parliament just comes a massive Albert Schloss. And it starts having its own drag family, and we call it the House of Parliament. Like, I was actually subject to my own election at one point. When I went for head girl at my school. I know I'm trans. There's the flag. Come see the show. And I got the most votes, which like, you know, not to big myself up, but there was someone who sang their campaign song, and the guitarist got more votes than this person did. And like, how bad must your campaign be that literally two chords, get more votes than you? Like, not like you were beaten by an acoustic guitar. Like, basically, if we connect the dots, you were beaten by Wonderwall. And awful. And I guess, do you know what? There's a lot of like terminology in elections. Like, I mean, local elections I think are fucking boring anyway, because it's like, you know, whoever wins gets to fix the gate, like the new garden gate. I don't know. I just think it's so fucking boring. And I've never understood the meaning of by-elections. Like, I don't understand what it means. And like, isn't the whole point that you don't just choose one? Isn't that super homophobic? By elections, like. But I know in the next election, I will be voting for the lettuce or the cabbage that outvoted Liz Truss. I've been able to trust this whole time. That's me.
Thank you very much, Ben. Okay, I feel like I've got to give Tom Spanksy the full points there, but I'm also going to give.
Thank you.
I'm also going to give some roundabout points to Maxine's royal family and Ben's elections one as well. So at the end of that round, Tom's team are on 8 points and Bobbie's team are on 5. We are going. I should move to a screen that isn't just Ben's face now. Right, we are going to have a short break now to read your comments in chat, go to the toilet, and otherwise just fuck off for a moment. But if you are enjoying the show and would like to show us that in a material way, why not throw some money our way via PayPal, Twitch, Patreon, Big Cartel, or any combination of the above. And this will be split between the acts here tonight, except for me, because this is entirely a self-indulgent vanity project. I don't do this for the money, which is a good, because if I was doing this for the money, I would have given up years ago. And by this, I mean both comedy and being a socialist. Right, let's have a look at what's going on in the chat. I'll put the.
If we turn cameras off, does that mess up the OBS, or is that all right?
Say again?
If we turn the cameras off, does that mess up the OBS, or is it all right?
It shouldn't do as long as you don't leave the call. You can turn the camera off, and that should be fine.
Okay, cool.
Cool. Everyone's just going to wonder what James is doing for the next few minutes. Right, let's have a look at the chat. ASCII Horsecock playing at Gulliver's next week. Andrew Taylor, looks like several of the panel have transitioned impressively quickly just now. Hi, Tom's mum. She says hello.
Through it quickly, but it took me fucking 4 years. Yeah, sound nice one.
What's that, Ben?
Saying the panel transitioned quickly. Only took me 4 years, but yeah.
Oh, I saw an advert on Facebook that was like, because like Superdrug's GP service can now prescribe HRT to menopausal women, and like the picture was just kind of like, I can't remember exactly what it said, but like the actual graphic itself just said HRT and not specifically what for, and there were so many angry reactions. I was like, they all think trans people are just going to Superdrug to buy their hormones, don't they? That's going to be a Daily Mail article in the next couple of weeks, I'm sure.
I mean, feel like that's because I've seen similar. I've seen like similar adverts for getting birth control, as in like the combined pill.
Yeah.
By just filling out the short questionnaire online, and I'm like, that's not safe, because I was on the combined pill for 5 years, and they took me off it because they were scared I was going to die.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
Was that you were going to die from all that sex that you were having? Because I had the exact problem.
No.
I just realised Maxine and James have swapped places, so Maxine is James now.
Is that right, Bobbie? The combined one you take every
is
day?
my internet slow?
You were slow at the beginning, but you've kind of caught up now. You seem fine.
Have I come back?
Yeah, you seem
Okay,
fine.
sorry. There was a bit of so Ben, the one that I took, it was because I got polycystic ovaries, not because I was shagging bare lads. It was just I was hairy and chubby and depressed, and they were like, "Be even more depressed. Go for it," you know. And no, I was on it for like 5.5 years, and am I coming through?
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
I can hear you. You
Yeah,
said
you're
you're on
coming
it 5.5 years.
Right. So it was, you take it for 21 days and you have a 7-day break, and that's when you have like a withdrawal bleed. That's the combined pill.
Yeah,
That
so
one.
I had the mini pill, and it like this is true. So I was on the mini pill, and then I started testosterone, and it gave me 2 swollen optic nerves that were like pushing on my eyes, and I had like like there was a point in the chaplaincy of my college where I went to open my eyes, and when I opened them, I couldn't see. I went like blind for like 10 seconds, and I was like,
That's
if
horrible.
this could happen anywhere not except from the chaplaincy in my Catholic college, where I now think I'm transcending, like, but yeah, so I came off mine, and my eyes went fine. It's so.
Well, at least it didn't cause like irreversible damage. That's horrible.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's part of the reason I wear glasses, but I don't like. It's just in case. That's why I wear glasses, but I also need it for like screens and stuff like that. Yeah, I realized yesterday I didn't wear my glasses all day, and I was like, this is a new experience. Is your mum all right, Tom?
Yes, I said, she went, what kind of show are you doing that means that you're swearing like that? And I was like, well, it's kind of like, have I got news for you? And she was like, I've never heard him use language like that on Have I Got News for You?
Oh, I love you.
Oh, it was brilliant comedic timing. It was so good.
What can I say? I must have inherited it from that northern lady.
Right.
Quick question. When people go on their Twitch, when people go on their Twitch homepage, my top recommended channel for me, bearing in mind that the only thing I watch on Twitch is Blizzard and occasionally Tom's channel, is pornography. There's a very, very beautiful lady here with very nice parts doing some things, and I'm like, what makes you think that I would enjoy this?
I mean, possibly the way you described it.
I mean, I can appreciate, even if I wasn't bisexual, I could appreciate the beauty of this very nice. I'm going to stop watching it now. Is that a normal Twitch experience?
I'm not sure. So I know, like, not that long ago, they did do a thing where they were like trialing allowing like artistic nudity, and then they very quickly went back on that when they realised people were just like drawing hentai live on stream or something like that. So yeah, it's not technically allowed, but I think the moderation is not very good, so I think it still happens quite a bit.
Is it porn if I take my boots off and put my feet up on the screen? Is that?
Let's put it to a vote.
The dogs for free.
Let's see. Is it porn if James takes his boots off and puts his feet up? Run out of characters. I'm just going to leave it there. It takes people to put his feet up. Right, I'm just going to leave it at that.
If you just see, yeah, hot dads, dilfs, relaxing. That's a nice, comforting category. Why not?
Oh dear.
Okay, poll is open now. You can cast your votes.
I know which one I'm going for. There we go. I am 100% of the vote right now.
Oh no, 50-50.
So there's somebody in the chat who must have the same recommendation as I, because it's cool. It's called pools, hot tubs, and beaches.
Oh, okay.
And that's the young lady with the parts doing a thing.
Incredible.
So at least I'm not the only pervert associated with Blizzard
You're not the only
comedy.
pervert associated with Blizzard comedy. No, absolutely not.
No.
Right, looking at somebody's comment. Andrew Taylor, I like swimming. What I really need in a form of exercise, one where if I stop doing it, I immediately die. Those ones where you can just stop and fine are not sustainable. Good point. Andrew Taylor, the reverse beat the frog system. Pretty sure they put you on sooner the later you book in. I don't know how they choose the orders. I know go on.
I was going to say in Soviet Blizzard comedy, frog beats you. Is that what we're going for here?
Amazing. There's this open mic in London. I don't know if they still operate this way, but like you didn't get a running order. They just pulled names out of a hat, and you had to always be ready to go on.
Is that the one up the creek? The Gong Show?
This was Cavendish
Arms. Okay.
But I don't think they're the only people who do it. I assume it's to stop open micers fucking off as soon as they've fuck off soon.
Well, once you've done your set, then you could just leave anyway.
Yeah, you
right?
can. They can't stop you.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one we're running on the 19th is like just going to be like a raw show. Got people hopefully will just turn up and get fucking some stage time.
Yeah.
Without having
they
to
can always just descend into chaos. A lot of fun. We could just have 650 by-elections on the same day, says Grey the Earthling. We could.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been saying like the rate the by-elections have been going, we could feasibly not need a general election before a government changes.
That's the thing about by-elections. So a by-election determines. I'm not quite sure I've formed this fully as a joke, but like it's a by-election, but it determines who takes a seat in Parliament. But like, when was the last time you saw somebody bisexual sit down properly?
That's a good point. I like that. I think the golden nugget is what Lib Dems are calling their candidates now. Says Grey the Earthling. Oh, beautiful.
Can I just share quickly? I'm going to change the subject.
Yeah, go for it.
My mum brought my Easter eggs yesterday, and I'm eating the one that it basically she got me one in the shape of a dog, and I just want to share how haunted that face looks.
That is cursed.
Wow.
Oh, that is upsetting.
I think you should bite its head off and put it out of its misery.
Oh, don't no.
Put it in a pan. Put it in a pan, a hot pan.
No.
Just melt it and drink it.
Putting down. Yeah.
I mean, if you think about it, given that, like, if dogs eat chocolate, they will die. That's pretty horrific. I mean, that's kind of like the dog equivalent of a crucifix, right? Like, what you're carrying around with you is the symbol of its own destruction made in its own image. Like, that's really
a voodoo doll made of ricin.
Yeah.
My question is, what is it seeing?
Oh.
Oh god.
I mean, this is the thing. It's like
I'll bite him off in a sec.
You know the song "How Much Is That Doggy in the Window?" Blah 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 blah. The one with the waggly tail. How much is that dog in the window? I do have that doggy's for sale. I think if you've got a dog like that, which has got that sort of like 1,000-mile stare, like maybe it's a mercenary and it's been in like various Central African republics committing horrific war crimes. Like that's the price that doggy was charging. Is like.
Doggy, end your existence.
That dog sold missiles to Israel.
Yeah, it's not man's best friend. Yeah, man's best friend, but only like particular sets of men along quite rigidly defined dividing lines.
I mean, the dog is hollow and has no soul, so cut it some slack.
A little bit like Shakespeare.
Are we having a little break?
We're on the interval. I've got my orange squash.
Oh, wait, disassociating. Thanks.
Yeah, this is off script, unstructured, loose, unstructured banter.
When would you back?
I don't know. I've lost track. I thought it was time enough for me to.
9:10 is when the next game is supposed to start. So you have like another.
Oh, it's 8. It says 8:50 on mine.
It says 8:50 is a break, and then 8:50 to 9:10. Oh yeah, maybe that's when it ends. Another 10-minute break then. It's over. Maxine leaves at the end of the break. Typical Maxine behavior.
I need to work out more things about this publication I've been given for the next
What's
one.
that, Mr. Better?
It's like royal kind of activity. It shows up late or leaves when everyone comes back from the break. I mean, that's kind of stuff I'd do if I was half the man.
I've eaten quite a lot of this dog now, and I feel like with every bite, its eyes get sadder.
Have you tried eating its face first?
No, it felt like a lot. It's very real.
I wish my mum still bought me Easter eggs. She wouldn't love me.
Maxine, have you considered trying harder?
No, you sound just like her. Oh. If only I could afford therapy, but I'm so bloody working class. Oh.
I missed that entire conversation and just got back in with James saying, Maxine, have you considered trying harder?
I'm taking up my role as surrogate parent for the entire group because of my reassuring presence and strong moustache. And everybody else's need to win my favour. So this is
incredible.
just my assigned social role.
What has been going on in this chat? Fucking hell. Only if you have foot nipples. That's crazy.
Does anybody want to hear a fun story?
I think foot nipples is just a verruca.
Yeah, I guess so. Go on, Bobbie. Do you say you?
Want to hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. I asked if anyone wanted to hear a fun story.
Yeah, go on now.
I'd like to hear a fun story.
So I went to have a quick break to lie down on my bed, and I watched the other stream with the lady with the parts. And people are being mean to her because apparently she's fat. She's not. So I tried to say, "Hi, how are you?" to show some womanly support. And I can't speak to her because I don't follow her. And I've got to wait for another 5 minutes, 50 seconds to say, "Hi, how are you?"
Oh, what the fuck? I mean, to be fair, I think we also have that turned on because otherwise you do just get like hate raids of people like spamming the chat. But most of them aren't prepared enough to go and follow and stick around. Oh yeah, no, I know. And not be working with her because she's still.
I'm trying to be a nice, supportive person.
Yeah.
Yeah. Aww.
Right, on that note, let's crack on with the show. We're all back now. Cool, fab. Our next round is called Propaganda. If there's one thing we know about the media, it's that they do be printing shit. Unless they're online only, in which case they do be publishing shit. And often that shit is framed around a specific bias of the publication and the owner's special interests. And that is what this round suggests to highlight by getting 6 different news and special interest publications to report on the same headline in their own way. So today we are joined by I'm getting a lot of echo and I think it's just in my room. We've joined by Bobbie, who is the editor for Vogue, James, who is the editor for Total Theatre magazine, Maxine, who is the editor for the whole of GB News, Tom, who is the editor for Art Attack magazine, appropriately, Kyle, who is the editor for Yoga magazine, and Ben, who is the editor for Dragazine. Cool, so this will be a free-for-all. I'll read out the headlines and come in if you've got anything to say on them as your publication. You can do more than one, and you don't need to do every one if you don't want to. But the first headline is Lee Anderson, ex-Tory MP, defects to Reform UK.
Lee Anderson is a left-wing snowflake as far as I'm concerned, because if he was really a right-winger, he would join the Nazi party or whatever the fuck Lawrence Fox has got going on right now. I mean, you know, that he doesn't go far enough, really. More woke shit.
Nice, concise headline from GB News.
GB News is definitely known for their brevity, yes.
Fascism, 5 stars. Love the lighting. Iconic use of dark leathers. Absolute classic. Absolute classic.
I put a cunt saving one cunt has gone to save another cunt.
I've got, hey yogis, we're always preaching about your body and moving forward. Nobody likes conservatives, which is why our yogi of the month is Lee Anderson. We've all felt suspended in our lives, and it took being suspended for Lee to bring reform into his. Fuck that up a bit.
Yeah.
That was also in the headline. Just fuck that up a bit.
Yeah. I think there's too many publications these days. This is what happens if you scrap sub-editors as a function within a newsroom. Like nobody's there to just tidy up the headline. It just rambles on. Everyone just goes at dictation speed, and there's no one there to clear up the mess.
Yep. Says
Yeah,
Total
and
Theatre
being
Magazine.
Yeah.
Right, any more for that one?
Graffiti that says boring twats expected to rise tenfold.
Okay, ready for the next one? Next one is Rishi Sunak says he won't return money from donor accused of racism.
I've just put, you ain't slay, but I am keeping your helicopter.
Hey yogis, bread is a big part of my life. I love it. Love eating it, baking it, making it. Cha-ching. I love I love white bread, brown bread, naan bread. But can you separate the bread from the baker? And what if you need that bread for your family? What if you need it for your country? I say we let Rishi Sunak have his bread and eat it too. Anyway, here's my recipe for gluten-free rye bread.
I like Carl's got this very sort of Bob Dylan-esque quality to his lyrical flow, which I've enjoyed.
Thank you, good sir.
Yeah.
GB News says you shouldn't have to pay to be racist. It should be free. Free racism on the NHS.
GB News just suddenly gone socialist, but only for racism.
Total Theatre Magazine has got nothing on this one, I'm sorry.
Okay, any more for that one?
I mean, Vogue magazine didn't have a black person on the cover until the 1970s, so I don't feel like we're in a position to comment, to be honest.
Very fair. Okay, we'll move on to the next one then. Keir Starmer backs calls for Nike to scrap New England football kit over redesigned St George's Cross.
Nike comes out as bisexual.
Can I just clarify, by Nike, do you mean the sports brand?
Yes.
Or do you mean the Greek goddess of victory?
I meant the sports brand, but I'll let you interpret it your
I've
own
got
way.
no because Vogue are very good with Greek mythology, you see. So,
Okay, well let's go with the Greek mythology one.
What my internet? Oh, it seems to be disconnecting. What a shame.
I think the headline is Johnny Collins betrays lack of classical education.
I didn't really get what I just got is bloody shirts! Is everybody out? Really, not the shirts! Just that, just shouting intelligibly, line over and over again. Really, it's all a lot of silly, but yeah.
Oh no, yogis, do we have to burn our Nike and Maxes again? Hold those lighters, yogis. These brands have become an important part of our culture, and Nike works hard to ensure fair working conditions in third world countries. We should think before judging these corporations that allow us to do yoga comfortably. They're heroes, much like the winners of the 1966 World Cup. Click the link below to save £100 on a HTC Hero.
New Nike Keir Starmer paint commissioned. It has been reviewed as looking very beige.
Okay, next one is UK taxes head for highest level since 1948.
I mean,
1948. It was a simpler time where you could be openly racist and hit your wife. Those were the days.
Go on, Bobbie.
I mean, as the spokesperson for Vogue magazine, Bobbie and Wintour, I don't feel like I can comment on this because I probably don't pay my taxes. I'm a bitch with a bob. Like, I ain't gonna pay my taxes. I've got accounts overseas.
I think it's just imagine earning enough as an actor to pay tax.
I've just got the build up to this death drop is getting out of hand.
We're at war, yogis. For the past 100 years, this country has tightened its grip. We're trying to stay flexible. We try to stay calm, but enough is enough. We can't be the downward dog any longer. We must stiffen our backs, engage our cause. We must be our own Superman. P.S. I've started smoking.
Art expected to drop its working class demographic from 1% to 0%.
Oh, we've had people move around again.
Keep it. I hope my face is being savaged by a section of frame. I'm Bobbie. I'm the new Bobbie Jones. I've taken over Vogue. It's the coup.
I am. Oh wow.
Now I'm Art Attack.
This mask works surprisingly well for GB News as well.
Right, I think that's everyone back in the right place now.
I mean, was I ever really in the right place to do Vogue, John? All of my clothes are from Asda. I get them in the meal deal.
You do yourself a disservice, Bobbie, because if you are part of the meal deal, there's a 1/3 chance that you're a snack.
Hey.
Okay, that.
I'm just being supportive. It's a paternal gesture of affection.
Okay, final one. I also do appreciate that none of these headlines really would be something that Vogue prints. Police to get compulsory training on violence against women under Labour plans. What does Vogue have to say?
Do the police actually need any more training on violence against women? Isn't that something they're actually quite good at? So that's not the voice of total theatre.
Okay, speaking about...
Oh, go on, Bobbie.
Sorry, my internet keeps breaking up, so I don't know whether I'm speaking over people or what.
It's not lag, it's just a dramatic pause, darling. Lead into it.
Okay, speaking of violence against women, corsets are in.
We're out of ideas, I think. Move on.
I've got.
Yogis, we all know the importance of training, and when we fail, retraining, we protect ourselves from harm by knowing our bodies, knowing when and where we need attention, resources, macronutrients, keeping our immune system strong so our bodies can get stronger. But sometimes our immune system fails us, and we get sick. Who fights for us then? Who burdens our labor, Yogi? That's it.
I'll do mine. Police told not to slay, but instead wait.
Yeah.
Okay, any more for that one?
Police working hard to keep even more women out of the arts.
Oh.
Oh dear.
Police are going to finally teach men how to be violent against their women properly, which we welcome, but Labour behind it, so we're dead against it and confused for some reason.
Okay, amazing. That's the end of that round. I mean, you've all got some points in that round, so at the end of that round, Bobbie's team are on 7 points and Tom's team are on 12. Moving on.
I don't think I've ever been on the winning team.
It's because you've never played against me for some reason.
Bobby, you're an
My
icon.
team are always shit. The Alan Davis of the
Now I want to PayPal you some points, but I'm not going to do that because I'm enjoying the victory.
Tell me some cash instead.
Take me out for dinner first, babes.
There's Andrew Taylor's left some really long comments in the chat that I can't wait to look at in the break. I have no idea what's happened to this chat, but they're having a good time. Right, our next round is called Cancelled. Each of our guests has the opportunity to air some grievances they have about a person, place, thing, or concept. I'll pick the best argued and pick them to you, the viewers, to vote on. At the end of the voting, we will cancel the winner, which is another way of saying shake our fists angrily at them for no more than 12 seconds and move on and nothing else will happen. So we're gonna start with who are we gonna start with? Let's start with Ben. Ben, who are you cancelling this month?
So I got an iPad recently on VeryPay. I'm not rich, and basically I've downloaded this game that I used to play on my phone called Good Pizza, Great Pizza. Now this game is amazing. I want to say this to start with. It's very good. You make pizza. It's like a mature Club Penguin pizzeria. I feel great on it. Now, the one thing that doesn't make me feel great is the people on Good Pizza, Great Pizza. And that's why I want to cancel Good Pizza, Great Pizza. Because, like, one of them literally went ding dong and expects me from that to go, oh, you want bell peppers? Like, I literally work in hospitality, babes. Like, I'm literally working on this iPad, just trying to get through my shift, make enough money to get the fancy tip jar, and you know, just trying to get through it. And you think ding dong, like you're wasting more of my time than if you just ordered fucking bell peppers. And like, and they're going like, oh, you know, oh, one fuck ordered fucking all they wanted was corn on bread. Now if I went into Domino's and said just give me the corn on the pizza dough, I would get slapped the fuck out. But no, there's no option for that on Good Pizza, Great Pizza. You still have to serve them. You have to spend your time chucking dough on the table, putting some corn on it, putting it through my nice golden oven, and putting it in a fancy gay pizza box, because I did pay for the rainbow pizza box, thank you very much, to give to this ungrateful fuck. And so I'm cancelling, although I'm cancelling the game, I do love Good Pizza, Great Pizza, and would recommend it to anyone who's looking for an iPad game.
Amazing.
And I think, I just really quickly, so when I got my iPad, I was like, I'll get an Apple Pencil because I'll be able to use it to write down stuff for work. And if HMRC are watching, I have. but also, I feel like all I use it for now is getting the toppings on dead fast on Good Pizza, Great Pizza, because there's nothing more satisfying. But I'm still cancelling it. I'm still pissed off.
Yeah, I was going to say you might have lost yourself some points by the fact that you kind of came around to it on the end. But conflicted feelings.
No. I still think it's a bitch of a game. It's just my bitch of a game.
I cancel it because I love it. Amazing. Cool. Maxine, we'll have you next. Who are you cancelling this month?
I am cancelling GP receptionists because, quite frankly, these women, and yeah, this is the response it gets. These women, and we've got to support the sisterhood, but we don't support these women because they don't support me when I've got thrush and I need an appointment and I'm in at 8:02 and I can't get through and go and fuck because these Karens. And they all, these bobbed women who work in GP receptionists as well. I do have a bit about GP's receptionists. And when I go to gigs, right, and I mention them, it's a resounding boo. So it's not just me who hates them. And by the way, every time I go, oh, is there any GP receptionists in tonight? There's not, because these women don't have a sense of humour. They unwind by strangling kittens or kicking orphans in the face. This is what these women do. Just the enjoy withholding healthcare from Vogue, and I'm sick of it as well when you go in, because there's sometimes, it's easy to queue in rather than try and get through phones at 8 o'clock. And then when they're asking what the problem is, and you're having to shout and you're having to tell the entire waiting room that you've got thrush, and I don't want them to know about it. I just want to post about it on Facebook like a normal person. I just think they will be best off, in border security, working on the doors of nightclubs, because stopping people from accessing things. I think, stopping from Conservatives from voting in polling stations, that would be a better use of it, but not being GP. Yeah, just let us, Hunger Games on, 8 o'clock in the morning and just, survival of the fittest through. But not to be decided by Sandra, who's got 2 GCSEs and a husband who sleeps on the sofa, who's on a fucking power trip. No. That's all.
GP receptionist, thank you very much, Maxine. We're going to have Kyle next. Kyle, who are you cancelling this month?
Well, I kind of have a few things, so I don't know. I could list some of them, because everyone seemed to have like very detailed reasons, and I'm like more of just a cut to the like. I feel like I'd like to change Big Ben to Biggie Ben. That's my opening statement. We should get rid of the King's Guard, I guess, and like just let the royal family fend for themselves. Like fuck it, if we're not going to get rid of them, just let them operate. See how long they last. Boxing Day, I feel like that's useless. I need batteries. What the fuck? Obviously, defense spending increase. That's just a virtue signaling vote. Forklift driving licenses. Why? Let me drive what I want. And Plato for basically plagiarism.
Wow.
Amazing. Got lots of different things to cancel there. Thank you very much, Kyle. Right. Bobbie, we'll have you now. Oh, are you here, Bobbie?
Yes,
Yeah,
I
cool.
was getting into character.
Oh, sorry, I just
Hello.
ruined it. There we are. Bobbie, who are you cancelling?
My initial thing on the chat was to cancel straight white men at spoken word comedy nights. And I've since realised that the main reason for me cancelling them is that they can become creepy. And then I realised that men of any denomination or creed can be creepy. So I've changed it to creepy men at spoken word comedy nights. Not comedy nights, spoken word poetry nights. What am I on about? Spoken word poetry night. Shut up, Bobbie. Right, this is just telling myself to shut up. I'm misogynistic already. So this is my impression of a creepy man at spoken word poetry night. Okay. Hello, I'm going to read you some poetry. This is the first one. My penis is a cotton bud, and your vagina is an ear. Enlarge me like the waxing moon. So that's my first piece. I call that Bud. And now I'm going to read the next one. It's a work in progress. Let me just find it. Oh, I'll check another notepad. Where is it? Oh. Mother, why didn't you love me? Okay. Found it. This one is called My Heart is Broken. My heart is broken, and I'm craving flesh. Leaving me on red is your token. Oh, fucking shit. What rhymes with flesh? Okay. What rhymes with flesh? Mesh. Okay.
Mesh.
But I still love you nonetheless. Live with me and make my food. Don't be a bitch. Don't be in a mood. I'm a strong, fancy, gentle man, and you're a pretty woman. It's an AABB rhyming structure. Our babies would be prosperous, yo. Please, my darling, do not go. Okay, and then the next poem, it's a work in progress. It's more of a concept. It's an idea of a concept because I'm vegan and I'm a man of particular cultural taste. It's called Sourdough Starter Tentacle Hentai. And this is my last one. It's a third of a haiku. It's just a haiku, which is what I should take after this. Nice guys like me are like flowers. The worst ones live in petrol stations. That's it. That's my take on. Yeah.
Incredible.
I think I speak for all of us when I say that my vagina has never been drier. That is
absolutely right.
I had a moment of mania at work, and I thought of that, and I thought that would be a really horrible poem. Let's write it.
Incredible. Okay, Tom, who are you cancelling this month?
Right, I am cancelling the Pokemon Company.
Okay.
For any of you who know, people on this in the chat will know that I have a Pokemon podcast with fantastic Kirsty Summers. And yes, it's called the Talking Trubbish podcast. And I've now done hours and hours and hours and hours of talking about something that I am very passionate about, and I am still very passionate about. And we actually came up with it on this show, as it happens. I don't know if anyone remembers, but me and Kirsty got chatting, and we went, "Oh, I wonder what it'd be like if we both know enough about Pokemon that we could do a podcast where we go through each and every Pokemon in order." And it turns out a lot of them are mid. We have now spent multiple hours going, yeah, and that's the lore, and this is how it's connected to the main canon, and this is all the interesting things about it. And even with all that, and genuinely after 8 hours of talking about one particular fucking Pokemon line, we went, yeah, about 4 out of 10 that. So yeah. And that's their fault. They run the company. They could make it bigger than 4 out of 10, but they fucking don't. Shame on you, Pokemon. Shame on you. You know, I'm in this for the long haul now. So expect more and more episodes of me going, yep, about 3 or 4 out of 10. And that's not my fault. That is not me. I'm being objective. It's on you. Yeah. Be more creative, you vapid pricks.
Do you feel better for getting that off your chest?
Yeah. That's the kind of thing I can't say on the podcast.
I'm sure you said exactly that on the podcast. Right, last but not least, you've got James. James, who are you cancelling this month?
I have decided that I am going to cancel all songs with lyrics. Don't like them. Don't like them. It's been done now. Sit down, shut the fuck up. I'm listening to some nice music. Whatever it is that you're trying to convey to me about the great subtlety of your interiority, I don't give a fuck. We wouldn't get on if we met socially. Shut up. I'm listening to the nice jingly jangly guitars, or maybe the bleepy bleepy keyboards. Particularly when it's post rock. The whole point of post rock is that it's about soaring instrumentalism, not your weebly nonsense bullshit. You've selected the lowest possible bitrate bandwidth medium for the transmission of information. If you've got something that is worth saying, maybe write a nice non-fiction essay. Stop it. I'm trying to concentrate, and if I'm listening to music and there's vocals in it, then I was like, well, I'm concentrating. It's like somebody's talking to me, and I don't like that. So, in summary, all lyricists and singers should fuck off and leave me alone. stop it. Whatever you have to say is not going to be as interesting, useful, or as insightful as the interior monologue that I will generate for myself listening to the music.
Amazing. Thanks very much. This is a strong lineup. I say that every time, and I mean it every time. Right, who am I going to put to the poll? Okay, I think I'm going to put to the vote. Going to put Creepy Men at Spoken Word Poetry Nights. I think that's a given. And we'll probably win, let's be fair.
I mean,
I can't fit the whole thing. I'm just putting Creepy Man Poets.
that works.
Torn between GP Receptionist and songs with lyrics. Right, let's go with GP Receptionist and the Pokemon Company.
We're all on the same team, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
Can I just say as well, since they introduced the screens in GP Receptionist where you just like press it, that's where AI belongs, if you ask me. Like, I would much rather speak to a robot than fucking Anne at 8 o'clock in the morning. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right, okay, yep. Creepy Man Poets, GP Receptionist, and the Pokemon Company. So cast your votes now. We've got 5 minutes for that, and while that's happening, you might want to take some time to give us some of your riches. That would be lovely. I'm fully aware of who we appeal to, and none of you have any riches, but yeah, pretend. Send us some pretend money. That's just as good. Yeah, I'm going to final break now before our final couple of rounds. If you are enjoying the show and would like to reward us with money to purchase goods and or services and make this show more than just a pretty face, you can donate via PayPal right here on Twitch, Patreon, and Big Cartel. Or if you're not enjoying the show, donate money anyway, and if you donate enough that we can all comfortably retire and never have to work again, you'll never have to hear us again. So either is great. Cool. So we're going into a break now while the poll's running. Oh, it's pretty close so far. Let's go over to the chat as well. Who am I voting for? That's a good question. I'm going to be a dickhead and even out the votes. So it's a free horse race now.
Lucky. True
Cancel
communism.
all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be the simple solution to this, wouldn't it? Just cancel all things at once.
What you described there, Johnny, is the heat death of the universe.
Yeah,
is that
yeah,
not the ultimate cancellation?
That is the ultimate. Yeah.
I'm going to cancel protons. We've had enough.
In which case, the right should be really against climate change, because that is just that's just cancel culture to the next level, surely.
I mean, what is ecological catastrophe leading to state breakdown, if not the ultimate expression of capitalist libertarian ideology, right? Like maybe that's what they're in favour of it for.
Yeah,
it's like. Yeah, anyway. Mad Max is Ayn Rand taken to the nth degree, right?
Oh, this might be just like a dead tie now.
How long are we breaking for, Johnny?
We'll be breaking for about 10 minutes. The poll is open for 5. So, yeah, if you want to nip and go get a drink.
Have I got time for a second orange squash? This is turning into a 2-squash evening.
I mean, I don't know how fast you drink orange squashes. Maybe you've got time for a third as well. But
pretty quickly.
What time is that? When do you want us back?
We'll be back in like 10 minutes.
Okay, all right, I'm an orange squash it.
Yeah.
I'm going to go and work, straight. My legs.
Yeah, no worries. I'll see you in a little bit. Grey the Earthling, gotta cancel them all. Pray for Hot Storm.
Yeah, pray for Hot Storm indeed.
Spend 4 hours on it, 4 out of 10. Reminds me of all the Steam reviews, people who played 4,000 hours and reviewed it as it's okay. Yeah. I recently just rewatched that H-Bomber Guy video, the Deus Ex Human Revolution is fine and here's why, which is like 3.5 hours long, and all about how the game is okay, which is genuinely much more compelling than it sounds, and it's a franchise that I've never played either.
I honestly thought you were going to say, which is honestly much more compelling than the Talking Rubbish podcast.
That's comparing two vastly different things.
Yes, one of them's amazing. And the other one's that other thing. Yeah,
well, one of them's a YouTuber who presumably has a pretty decent budget, who's got like several million subscribers. So I feel like it's not a fair contest. But I do listen to both of you while I'm having the bath. So there we are.
That's good to know.
You just happen to always be live when I'm about to have or already in the bath. So I'm like, I'll just put that on. and then I've got you talking to me about Pokemon while I'm in the bath.
It does feel like we can now, instead of doing the just chatting thing, we can now put pools, hot tubs, and other sundries, and we might get a few more viewers.
What conclusion did we come to about my feet?
The conclusion
am I
was,
giving feet for free in order to?
Yeah, the conclusion was try it and find out.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. Let's just give it a go.
Okay.
Now, I'm just going to do one because my boots are going to take a bit of unlacing.
That's fine. Yeah. We don't want Twitch to actually cancel the stream while it's happening.
All right. Okay.
I'm no longer Banksy. I'm Quentin Tarantino. I approve of this.
More 3193. If I vote now, will Bobbie stop? I'm assuming that's during the pirate bit.
Okay. All right. Are we ready?
We're ready. Go.
Okay. All right. Okay, count me in. I've got to limber up to get it.
Count you in from what?
Like from down from 3. 3,
2, 1, go. Hey. Right, is that porn?
Right.
It was. I only saw the little preview bit of it in Zoom, but it was a bit like watching GP News. Just having that.
It was. Creepy Man Poets wins by 1 vote or by. Incredible. Right. Okay. So that means points are going to Bobbie's team, and runner-up points. 2, 10, so that's. So at the end of that round, Bobbie's team won 17 points and Tom's team won 15 points. So Bobbie's team is in the lead, and none of Bobbie's team are here to celebrate that fact.
Bobbie's team.
Oh yeah. I think I looked just as you were ducking out of frame, so I didn't see you there.
I'm putting my pornography back in its sock.
Where it belongs.
Yeah.
What's going on? Bobbie will never stop. That was porn. That was not porn. It was erotica, says Andrew Taylor.
Yeah, to be fair, it's quite sophisticated. You can tell because I've got this accent and a moustache, therefore it must be erotica.
Yeah.
That's how you know.
Bobbie Jones, I love winning when I'm having a wee. Oh, okay, so you're watching this. Amazing, incredible.
Oh, she's midstream and on stream at the same time.
Midstream and midstream, yeah.
Just doesn't quit. That's what I like about her.
More 3193. I don't know. I've seen Grot with similar care of focus and lighting. Bobbie Jones 55. If we end up losing at the end, I'll flash a tit. Please don't flash. Yes, but whose will it be? Right. No, I can't do a poll about that. Right. Right. Well, what's this wall of text Andrew Taylor did earlier about? Oh god, have I missed like a whole thread? I wish to know everything about. Oh god, what's this? There are vampire pumpkins in folklore. Okay, that's what started it. So, Mr. Sony, I wish to know everything about this now. Is it worth me reading this out? I don't think it is, but I'm really much enjoying it as a wall of text. If you want to scroll up and get some lore about that, Andrew Taylor's put a lot of effort into that. Will racism now have a prescription charge? To Square the Earthling. Free at the point of use racism. White men at spoken word comedy nights giving the musical comedian a surprising amount of leeway. Yep. Cool. Okay, I think that's pretty much caught up on when we were talking about dissolving the chocolate dog earlier. I'm gonna probably don't need another drink, but I'm gonna go for a wee. Back in a sec.
In case anyone's wondering, I've left the head of the chocolate dog. Just because it just doesn't feel right to eat right now.
So you've kept its severed head as a warning to other chocolates. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, indeed. Just so the eggs know what happened when they hatch.
It's important. You to encourage the others. Is that what you've got there? You've got chocolate eggs in the little box. That's a bit small. Oh, that's the head.
The rest of it.
You've gone. I realise that you're too young to understand the reference to 7, Ben, but that is very much what it feels like. You've got Gwyneth Paltrow's head in the box. Everybody on this stream is too young to remember that film, aren't you?
Oh, Seven.
Yeah.
I was in like the Kevin Spacey one.
Yes, he was in it, wasn't it?
Yeah, I've seen that film. Banging
Yeah, okay,
film.
fair enough. All right.
He's a monk, but it's, you know, banger film.
Yeah. Yeah, so I feel there should be like a statute of limitations on like truly awful people, at which point you can just like recast them in a new film and just like cut them in.
Yeah.
Make that be better. And same with like, you know, cancel comedians. Like, if you're going to spend your time wanking at people, then like, you know, the sublime stand-up that you produce that has been forever tainted by your ongoing actions, well, we can nationalise that and redistribute it to newer comedians who can make better use of the material, from whom it will have more sincerity. Maybe we should do that.
The revolution starts now.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's just doing other people's bits, really, isn't it?
Basically what comedians do anyway.
Yeah, apparently so. I'm just, you know, do stuff that is unimitable, I suppose.
Do you know what? It may come as a surprise, but my stuff is very inimitable. But that's because no one would want to do it.
Yeah, there is that. Yeah.
That's how you avoid plagiarism. Just do stuff nobody would want to
There was
plagiarize.
no crime in the olden days. People just left their doors unlocked because you had nothing worth nicking. Like, it's that.
I mean,
anti-plagiarism protection. Yeah.
I mean, mine is also that, but it's only because like 0.1% of the population could do my set.
Yeah.
And, like, others would try.
Yeah, I feel like that would be some kind of hate crime.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dissolving the chocolate dog sounds like a horrible euphemism for having a poo. It does.
Do you know what? I might put it in some milk.
Yeah, that's what someone suggested earlier.
I'll send a video for you to share. You finally made it, Mr. Bob.
That can be a little Patreon bonus. You can just get the
no one's fucking paying for that.
No, I feel like the patrons we have would unsubscribe. Just so they didn't accidentally click it.
Yeah, we're running out of internet. We don't need that to clog it up any further.
Yeah, we take up too much space on the internet.
But I just think you know it deserves the space. It does.
Andrew Taylor, I'm old enough to remember Seven. I don't, but I'm old enough to. I don't know when it was released, so I don't know if I was old enough to. I'm presuming by the name it was released in the year 7, so I'm definitely not old enough to remember that. Grey the Earthling films are famously recorded, which enable future generations to see them. Tell that to me, who's just never seen any films.
It's a dead medium. You want silent films, because otherwise it's just like they're talking at you the whole time. It's quite distracting. They like it.
You can populate it with your own internal monologue. Yeah, absolutely.
What I really want is a series of paintings, so I could just put my own meanings on them.
You've just described a Studio Ghibli film, James.
Oh, I haven't I?
Studio Ghibli film on mute.
Just really quickly before we go back, I've read the description on this puppy. I feel a bit bad now of eating it.
Why?
Right,
Is it made of real puppy?
So this was Curly. Curly likes helping her best friend Dougal hunt for Easter eggs, but what she loves most is hiding in the bushes with her mottled coat to jump out and give him a fright. Is that not the most M&S?
What are they trying to fucking do, man? Why are they putting that on food?
Why have they got a
like
humanising backstory for a thing you're going to eat?
Yeah.
Right?
What they should actually do is like list the dog's crimes, so you feel better about biting its fucking head off.
Yeah.
And who's Dougal? Do you know what I mean? Like there's only Curly. Who's Dougal? And like, so. But
They should put that on meat.
But also, I've eaten it now. So does that mean he's not going to take my Easter eggs when I'm not looking? Do you know what I mean?
It means that Dougal is going to come and get revenge.
Oh.
You're going to be hunted down by a large chocolate dog called Dougal now.
Could have flattened it up.
Don't say Dougal again. If you say Dougal on Zoom
eaten his
3
friends,
times
now
in a
you'll be
row, he'll just
hunted by
pounce out.
him.
The chocolate dog eats all your eggs.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to tell my niece if she's being naughty around Easter. Oh, Kelly and Dougal, can you take your eggs? Easter eggs.
I love writing to children.
Yeah. Thanks for specifying that.
Have I told this stream about how for a good 3 years I managed to maintain the lie to my niece and nephew that I was one of the writers for Frozen 3?
It's pretty sad, to be honest.
And look where you are now.
I think it was epic.
Yeah.
It was going to be that Elsa got pregnant and lost all of her powers.
Amazing. Right, we're all back. Should we carry on with the last part of the show?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it. Let me save in the chat. More 3193 just doing a shock face that I guess we're going into the final round before 10. Well, the final couple of rounds before 10. Maybe I spoke too soon. Brilliant. Right, our penultimate round is the Great Debate. This is a round where we really knuckle down to find a solution to the biggest sources of discourse in the modern political landscape. So we've asked 6 relevant experts to join the panel to debate these issues, and all of them were busy, so we've got these cunts instead. So discussing whether TikTok should be banned in the US, because that's the thing that's happening. Isn't the news fun? We have got Bobbie, who is a TikTok influencer. James, who is Elon Musk, owner of X, but not owner of his X. No one's the owner of an X. Shut up, Jonny. Maxine, who is Joe Biden. Tom, who is the Chinese government. Please don't do an accent. Kyle, who is Mark Zuckerberg.
I refuse.
Who am I?
And Nathan, not Nathan, what am I talking about? Ben, who is the TikTok algorithm. Nathan was the one who was meant to be doing the stream until today. Ben, who is the TikTok algorithm. Right, okay, thanks everyone for joining us.
Who was I? Sorry.
You are Mark Zuckerberg.
Okay, cool.
Facebook.
Oh yeah.
Right, thank you all for joining. So yeah, just opening statements. Opening statements. A simple question: do you think TikTok should be banned in the US? We'll start with the president of the US, Joe Biden.
My fellow Americans, I come talking about the TalkTics and the Snapchats. Where am I? When's my medication? We really need to ban TikTok because of the misinformation that it's spreading about me and the things I'm doing, bombing Palestinian children in the Middle East. I'm going to go and have a lie down.
Thanks for that, Mr. President. We'll move on to some kind of. Oh, okay. Yeah, let's move on to someone who has made their career on the platform. I'm pretty sure I know what your answer is, but let's hear your thoughts on it anyway. Bobbie, do you think TikTok should be banned in the US?
Online comedy check. Say hi, everyone. Hi. We might have to do that again, guys. Sorry, I got the sound wrong. We'll try that again. Stand-up comedy online check. Say hi, everyone. Hi.
Hi.
What was the question?
Do you think TikTok should be banned in the US of A?
Where's the USA?
It's below Canada.
Oh. No.
Thanks for that. Okay, well, we'll go to some of the competitors in the kind of social media entertainment market now. We'll start with you, Mr. Zuckerberg. Do you think TikTok should be banned in the US?
Well, I'm not sure if I can do a Zuckerberg voice.
Oh, that's fine. But yeah, you do not need to do accents. That's fine.
I believe in government regulations on the internet. I think it's important that we focus on users' safety. I think Facebook has definitely moved forward in these aspects. I think that's what is bringing people together and building community. And from what we can see is that TikTok is if anything causing more isolation and people to not be in communities, and for that reason and its impact on the youth, I do think it should be banned. Nothing to do with my profit margins whatsoever. Health of the children, the minds of the youth.
Yeah, absolutely nothing to do with the prospects of Reels. Thanks for that, Mark. And Elon Musk, already the other big social media tycoon currently. What are your thoughts on this? Do you think TikTok should be banned in the US?
Hello, yes, I think that TikTok should be banned. I can't do an Elon Musk accent, but I can do a truly appalling South African accent. The trick is, if you're Australian, I make it evil. Yes, I think that TikTok should be banned, and that is a statement of my platform. That is a shout out from my ex, if you will.
Yeah.
I think that TikTok should be banned, yes, because it is a sort of communist propaganda from the woke liberals of the Chinese Communist Party. So in order to preserve the sacred fluids of the West, the Western civilization, and the free speech of cat_2, then we should ban TikTok.
Okay, fair enough. Thank you. Very lovely to hear where you stand.
And Grimes, if you're listening, Grimes, please come back. I love you.
Right, well, maybe come back
I
to that.
love her music.
I'm very sorry, Grimes. I realise that I am the Yoko Ono of Grimes, and I'm very sorry about this.
Oh, what a line! Okay, we've also got a representative from the Chinese government here to kind of defend their case a little bit. So, Chinese government member known as Tom. What is your? Do you think TikTok should be banned in the US? Why not?
Well, I don't think that it should be banned, personally. I think that it gives a lot of people a really nice way to be able to express themselves. So I've got a friend who is a little bit sad sometimes because he has a nail in his anus. And he gets a lot of pleasure from scrolling those videos that says, you be you, whether or not you have a nail in your poo.
Thanks very much. That was enlightening. We've also got the TikTok algorithm itself to defend itself. So, do you think that you should be banned in the US?
One sec, because I had to come back into screen to see that.
That's all right.
You just give the big brother illusion again. Character.
Go.
Okay. I mean, I don't know why anyone would want to cancel. And where are we so little? Like, where we provide vlog videos, and we don't know what else I can do. If TikTok bans, then it bans me, and that's not bonita. I'm just widow.
Thanks very much. Okay, good. We've got everyone's stance on it. So, I guess the question, largely to like the TikTok affiliated people, is: do you think this ban would be a bit hypocritical, given that it is largely motivated apparently by security and data privacy risk reasons? Do you think that's a bit hypocritical if the other major tech giants in America are doing similar? Open question to the panel there.
I mean, I really think that the thing is that Google, Facebook, and Twitter are freaking copying us. They're freaking copying, and I think I really try in my job to where we make people laugh and where we make people feel good. And I really think it's just if Google, Facebook, and Twitter were fine, then and Elon Musk can carry on and Mark Zuckerberg, then where we you want to put little Alki over here up to Joe?
Algorithm. You know that video I just put up.
Yeah.
Make it go viral, please.
I'm really sorry, but it crosses community guidelines. So I really would.
I only had one breast hanging out.
There's fucking kids on this platform. There's fucking kids.
I am a fucking kid on this platform.
You send Elon Musk £8, he'll make it go viral.
Yes, please, if you give me 8 of any given currency
Don't
unit, I'd
like
greatly
it.
appreciate it. I'm a billionaire, I'm a very wise and clever billionaire, but I would like your £8, please. Oh, by the way, pussy in bio. By the way, like, I've absolutely got the spam problem under pussy in bio, under control. Absolutely nude in bio. Like, it's absolutely under control. We've completely got the hang of it. As the data privacy concerns, I mean, yes, it is obviously hypocritical on the United States not to even have an adequacy decision from the European Union data protection authorities. It is absolutely pathetic that we would consider that state intervention in this would be in any way a factor. It is enormously nonsense. But I've just been possessed with the spirit of a data protection officer, which is madness. It's what happens if you build your social media platform on an ancient European data protection burial ground. If you build on a cache of enough data breaches, it's what happens. Anyway, pussy in bio. That's all I have to say on the matter.
Thanks very much, Elon Musk.
Grons, if you're listening to this, then I want our next child to be called Pussy in Bio.
That's my
Says a lot
middle
about
name.
society. What?
Okay, amazing. So, I guess, yeah, so should further protections be put in place to ensure that all social media platforms are protecting user data better, regardless of what nation they're based in?
Any protection of the rights of the data subject is woke snowflake nonsense, and I will have none of it. I will not have this cancel culture against the freewheeling entrepreneurialism and dynamic spirit of Nigerian 404 scammers. They are the lifeblood of the internet, and anybody who wants to steal large amounts of personal data in order to defraud people is all right in my book.
Fair enough.
I think it's important that our engineers, they have access to user data to ensure a better experience for the user. That's my piece.
Thank you very much, Zuckerberg.
I try not to be political, but I don't think we should listen to Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg because they're both millennials and they both wear skinny jeans. So we can't listen to those guys.
As someone else who doesn't wear skinny jeans, I can only agree.
Oh, thank you very much, China, for that. Okay, I feel like we're going round in circles at this point, so I guess the closing statement would be...
I feel like most of the skinny jeans are made in China, to be honest.
Not anymore.
None of them are worn by me.
My fellow Armenians, we need to what's going on in the Sudan and the Iraq and the
Not fair. Joe Biden can speak
fellow Aborigines.
character.
what was that, Mark Zuckerberg?
Joe Biden can speak about anything and it's in character.
Incredible.
As long as it's not on topic, you've hit them all.
Oh, beautiful. Right, well, I guess, yeah, to wrap up this conversation then, those of you, especially to those of you who think that TikTok should be banned, what do you want to see from TikTok in order for this ban to be reconsidered in terms of policy changes or operation changes?
Before the people who want it to be banned, I literally don't know what more you want me to do. Like, I share your Fortnite videos. I literally work night and day. And I share your focaccia recipes and your sourdough starters, and I literally don't know what data means. Like I'm just a little algorithm just sitting in a little server somewhere, and like I really try, and it's so freaking hard when you're just trying to give people what they want. Like, how am I supposed to know when people want cottagecore or not unless I'm looking at the like, why am I literally being the victim in all this when I'm just a little baby algorithm? I'm literally like less than 3 years old. I literally still shit my pants. Literally.
Anyone have any counterpoints to that?
But Facebook is willing to purchase TikTok, and then we'll make sure it's put to good use.
Very honest. Thank you very much.
Nobody uses Facebook anymore. Only my mum uses Facebook.
I literally agree.
My fellow Werther's originals. If TikTok can speak to the White House and come up with a reason for us to invade the Middle East, then I might look at not banning it. Where the hell is my night nurse?
I literally sent him political content. I'm literally on your account.
All right, we've not heard from Elon Musk or China yet on that issue. What would you want to see TikTok doing to reverse this ban?
I'd like TikTok to get in the back of this van where I'm keeping some puppies. Entirely innocent intentions towards any social media platform that I might like to acquire at any point. Don't ask any further questions. There's nothing sinister going on about this at all. Pussy in the bio. What?
Oh. Fab. And China, what would you be willing to do in order to stop TikTok being banned in America?
Well, I would say that people say that not cancelling TikTok is impossible, but I say that not cancelling TikTok is something that I do every day. And if you want to keep it around and be able to sell us your data, we will be able to provide you with 1 pot of honey per person forever. And all the chopsticks to eat it that you want.
Amazing. Thank you very much. Right. I feel like I'm going to give James's Elon Musk the full points for that round. I've already enjoyed that, but I'm also going to give Tom points for that. I don't know what I thought you were going to do. It wasn't that. And also some points.
I want to know what episode of South Park you got that impression from.
Nah.
Okay. So at the end of that round, Tom's team on 24 points, but Bobbie's team were in the lead with 29 points. You might actually win this one, Bobbie. Exciting stuff.
Oh my god!
No pressure.
If only I prepared for the next round.
Incredible stuff. Right. So going to our final round, which is called. I usually come up with a different funny name each time, but it's just it just seems like to see from Mock the Week. This round is a free-for-all where we'll be giving topics to the guests and riff on. I'll give them points to those that I enjoy the most, and hopefully we'll get some snappy clips out of it when I eventually catch up with editing. I'm currently still on the October stream, so get ready for some extremely dated jokes about Swella Braverman's Tory conference speech on our YouTube channel in a few weeks. So our first topic is... Let's find the right page. Things you wouldn't hear from HMRC.
Here's your tax rebate in a timely manner.
A human voice.
Nah, don't worry about it. We only go after the big fish.
So here is the final amount due on your return for the year. There is a discount for cash.
Yeah, we agree with Jeremy Hunt. Under £100,000 is chump change.
Sorry, mate. Influencer bathwater isn't tax.
Oh, you were.
Well, in that case, yeah, I guess it is.
Well, go on, Maxine.
I can't believe you, as a stand-up comedian, are not declaring your earnings.
What's that? You've got nothing to declare, but you're genius. That is completely acceptable. Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's fine. We'll let you off.
It says here, minus £5,000 in expenses for the Edinburgh Fringe. Have you ever considered just not doing the Edinburgh Fringe?
Dear Miss Bobbie Ann Jones, you've been on an emergency tax code since 2014. We owe you £1 million in backdated tax.
It's been a hard 20 years for smokers, but thanks to them, we've been able to wipe off the national debt. It's one about tobacco prices increasing.
Thank you for paying attention.
Bobbie, do you have one?
Dear Miss Bobbie and dear Miss Bobbie and Megan Jones, what do you mean you've been doing stand-up comedy as a side hustle for nearly 10 years and you've only earned £400?
Right, okay.
The alarming realization that my gig might be about 1/8 of your lifetime comedy earnings, if that's the case.
It actually is, Jay.
I'm not even going to try and work it out. Right, next one. Bad thing. Yeah, bad things to hear in a courtroom.
Disorder.
Daddy, I mean, Your Honour.
The thing is, I'm prejudiced against all races.
I find the defendant sexy as charged.
I defy any red-blooded man on that jury to not have an erection right now.
Can I take the floor? Great. I mean, I'm not giving it back.
Right, we've got to reach a verdict. Were any of you guys on the jury listening? Because I just zoned out the whole time.
I literally don't understand what you want me to do about this data breach.
Now that we've heard both opening statements, 15 love.
I really like that.
Have you had a good court?
From the
We
back of the
find
room.
the defendant, Orenfall James Simpson, not guilty.
Go on, Kyle.
From the back of the room, I'd have killed him too.
What you all don't realise is they were really fucking annoying.
All rise. No, Judge Judy, you need to put the bread in the oven.
Your lawyer's not shown up, but don't worry. We found the guy that's been defending Trump.
Did anyone else find it weird when Judge Rinder sentenced him to death?
A bit harsh, really.
Right, any more for that one?
This copy is terrible. Oh, you're a
Oh,
barrister.
Now, this was a very serious assault, sir, and I do not think that you can use "he ran the red light at the open mic for over 5 minutes" as a justification.
There are no small claims, only small solicitors.
Execute order in the courtroom 66.
Right, okay, final one. Unlikely things to hear in the local elections.
They're all good.
Right, this is a long shot.
The Conservatives, they're not going to start any children.
Go on, Kyle.
This is a long shot, but have any of you read Das Kapital?
Yes. Oh, sorry, that was it. Sorry.
Yeah, that was the
I
joke.
realised that was in character. Sorry, I was. I'm very committed to the local area. I'm absolutely not planning on milking this for whatever expenses I can get out of it. And I'm not just a warm centrist idiot and a seat filler.
Unfortunately, the election has been deemed illegal due to tampering. It turned out that the entire counting crew were all children of Boris Johnson.
Can Can I take the floor? I'm not giving it back.
This guy again. What's he doing with all these floors?
Wouldn't you like to know, weather boy?
I promise the electorate of this borough 3 simple words: pussy in bio.
No, I didn't print any flyers or any leaflets. No, I didn't. I thought I'd present my campaign in the form of song.
We're shutting the schools and opening the mines. The children yearn for the mines.
Oh, election. I thought you said erection. I'll go sit in the sea until it calms down.
All right, Colin Firth.
I really want a left-wing socialist progressive alternative. I'm going to vote for the Labour Party.
There are no such things as low-traffic neighbourhoods, only low-traffic solicitors. That doesn't make any sense at all. That is just the same tone as in the last one, isn't it? That's it.
Do you prefer left wing or right wing? Just eat your fucking KFC, will you?
I tell you what, if you think about it, I think Jeremy Corbyn got treated very fairly by the media.
I know that we've been trying to set up dentistries for years now, but we thought instead we'd just make life shitter so you have less of a reason to smile.
Oh, look, there's Lee Anderson not being a total cunt.
I will single-handedly fund the NHS.
I can't give you a point for that one because I'm sad.
Actually,
doesn't deserve a point.
Right, any more before I call
I'm running for local MP. Okay, I kept on trying to do my bit, but my internet's so shit that I kept on talking over people.
Oh, no, yeah, go. The floor is yours.
That's it, irritating. No, it's all right. I'm too self-conscious now.
I want to see it.
No, it was just that it was a callback, but I've been trying to do it for the last 2 minutes, but the internet just kept on going.
Oh no!
I would stand for this local council seat, but I'm too self-conscious now. It's been brought up. I'm not sure I want to do it. It'd be weird. I'll leave it. It's fine. You carry on with the election without me. It'll be all right. It's my internet's slow, so I couldn't submit the forms in time. Don't worry about it.
James, are you laughing at me or are you laughing with me?
Yes.
I was attacked by the Jedi, so I put to you that we should consolidate my power into one conservative empire.
Oh, Lee Anderson's back.
Yeah.
The myth of Darth Vader survived.
Right, any more before I do the final scores?
I'm not even going to bother because I keep on trying and then it's just buffering. So just assume that I've been very funny and very charming, Johnny.
I mean,
I was going to stand for this local council seat, but I'm not going to bother.
I was going to say, yeah, that works as one. Right, fab. Okay, I'm going to put the final scores in now. So enjoy for this silence while I type things because we don't have no Sam today, so I'm doing all this myself.
I'm gonna think about the tune. I'm gonna think about the tune from The Girl from Ipanema. That's what I was doing with my old music. Can
I just
Maxine,
sorry. Whilst we've been on the stream, the UN Security Council has agreed on a ceasefire in Gaza.
Hey.
And that's the magic of Blizzard. Fucking
We've done it. Thanks,
Holy-
everyone.
Yeah, I'm sure Israel will adhere to that as it has so many other UN resolutions in the past. We'll see how that goes.
Classic.
Oh
How many
wow.
ceasefires does it take to stop a war?
Just going back on a bit, I've just seen Grey the Earthling's comment. HMRC are writing to inform me that we recently changed our pronouns to he, him. Love that. Right, cool. So,
Oh, yes, of course.
That's very
yeah,
good.
sorry. Yeah.
that's old news. Right.
We're HMRC you next Tuesday.
Right.
I don't know.
Thanks very much, everyone, for watching. Thanks to all of our patrons, especially, for all your support and anyone who's given us money or support in any way, financial or otherwise. Really do appreciate you. So, at the end of the show, Tom's team finished on 33 points, but Bobbie's team are the winners with 36 points.
4 more years! 4 more years!
Yeah, Bobbie's team. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have
Nice.
won one of these. You can retire happy.
Bobbie Jones putting the I in winner. Well done.
Fantastic. Yeah.
What's this?
Yeah. So thanks all.
I was being nice. I was being nice, and it just straight and just assumes that I'm being horrible.
Right.
I was being supportive. Bobbie, I was putting the I in supportive.
I don't know what I'm reacting to because it's so laggy
Because
that
of the
I
lag. Yeah, it's fine.
think I'm actually hearing things.
Yeah.
I think the
Stream
lag is
finished
making
20
you.
minutes ago. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes it seem like you're giving us the silent treatment. Is what it is. Technology means that you're not angry, you're just disappointed, like at great length. Like it's quite. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, brilliant. Right, well, thanks, everyone. This was a lot of fun. I had a lot of good time. Thanks to Sam for setting up all the streaming assets. Thanks to Kirsty for doing all the promo marketing, just generally being brilliant. Thanks to Andrew for doing the additional research, and by that I mean posting links of weird news stories into a Discord server that I sometimes pull from to do the fake news rounds. And thanks to all of you for watching. This show, specifically, will be back on April the 29th. Our next stream will be on April the 15th, which will be our the recording of the live show on the 8th. But for this show specifically, back on the 29th with Katie Mitchell, Kirsty Summers, Mabel Slattery, Stuart Dunlop, Ella Bambos and Sally O'Sullivan, where we'll be discussing the news events of April 2024. Including a doubling down, J.K. Rowling denies that World War II even happened and that Germany isn't even a real country. Nike prints a New England shirt with a gammon-coloured cross to keep them happy. And Elon Musk makes a bid to buy TikTok in yet another fruitless attempt to make Grimes think he's cool again. Thanks, everyone, for watching. We'll see you next time when I find the ending screen. Bye.
Bye.